shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
It was money laundering, weapons. I mean, Epstein was a Mossad agent. Anything else, Jack?
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan of you both. I was just bringing up like how you talked to Tucker before, Alex, about him having like, hands put on the demon stuff. And I think maybe that was like, maybe it's just too much for people's mind to handle. Their minds would break.
No, I hear you, Jack. Well, they did get the footage that James O'Keefe got out. I don't know if you saw it, Nick, but it's like all this black magic stuff and black magic books. Did you see that inside the temple?
I did. Yeah, I did. I did see, and they had the whiteboard and everything like that. Yeah, they were all into that stuff. Same thing with spirit cooking. But, I don't know that we can assume that it's because there's magic involved, that's why they're not releasing it. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll look like idiots if the teleportation devices are revealed, the UFOs come out. But
yeah, what do you make of Trump a few months ago in his science head saying we control time and space? What was that?
I don't know. Yeah, I did see that. I know what you're talking about, but I wouldn't read too much into that. If that stuff is out there, you just can't assume it. You have to logically operate with Occam's razor and say, because who knows? I mean, maybe reality is not as it seems, but our working understanding has to be based on what we have evidence for, as opposed to, maybe reading into these things.
I hear you. It shows how cuckoo stuff is. Sean in Atlanta, the Nick in Arizona, that's ever calls. Go ahead, Sean, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, fellas. Hope you guys are well. Just want to say Christ is King, Mary is the Mother of God, and we pray for the conversion of the Jews, all heretics and infidels.
Okay, that was it? Well, that was a good call. He held for like an hour to say that, Nick.
Wow. Based. Yeah, very based. We're glad we got that out of the way. We should have started with that at the beginning.
All right, Nick in Arizona, you're a tail gunner. Go ahead.
That last guy's going to be hard to follow. No, I'd like to ask you, it seems to me like the fundamental structure of the country has just absolutely collapsed. It's nowhere near what the founding fathers had in mind for the structure. We're too heavily dependent on the executive branch, and we keep hoping for a Hail Mary, someone to come in there, our hero, to go in there and totally reshape something that I just think is not fixable. Is it maybe time to start thinking of some different options of, now that we have this movement, these people have moved around during COVID looking for more freedom. People with like-minded ideas are more concentrated in different parts of the country. I'd like your thoughts on maybe perhaps some sort of secessionist movement, what that would look like if that's a viable option.
Hey, yeah,
right,
good morning.
Nick,
yeah, rainy morning.
Nick Fuentes, in closing, people are dumbed down on average. People are disconnected from reality. They don't know how to take care of themselves. Just big picture, what is your vision for humanity? Are you optimistic, or how do you see things going?
Big picture, I think that we are about to enter a period of remarkable instability and change because of technology, the changing world order, the rise of China. And that means things are inherently unpredictable. It's like a Pandora's box. So I am very not optimistic about the near term. I think that between the new technology, which has dual use, the drones, the autonomous systems, the AI, I think it is going to be a miracle if we get on the other side of this next decade without a cataclysm. A cataclysmic world war, a nuclear war, an AI war. So we are really on the cusp of something that could be truly horrifying. So, I think if in closing, I guess big picture, like super big picture, people need to zoom out because there's this big focus on race and religion. There's a big focus on, Republicans and Democrats. But the big picture that no one's talking about is we are on the cusp of something we don't even understand how it's going to affect mankind in every way, shape, and form. It's a true revolution. And so it's not to say those other things aren't important. They are. But it is causing people to take their eye off the ball that something is big is around the corner. And I just want to survive, So you got to think in terms of what is durable, what is going to last, how to stay safe, because the next few years are going to be remarkably destabilizing. And when that happens, you typically get violence, famine, war. It reminds me very much of like the turn of the last century. So people really got to steel themselves, keep their faith in God is the most important thing, anchored in that. Get some friends, get networked up, get some valuable, durable goods, like gold, like Bitcoin, like, stuff like that. And buckle up, because I think it's really going to get a little shaky in the next few years. But if we're smart and play our cards right, a crisis can be
crisis.
There's risk and opportunity involved in a crisis. So,
So in closing, do you think does Trump get impeached if the Democrats win the House?
Rainy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is almost a guarantee at this point. If I had to put money on it, that's what I'd say. And I'm not telling people to do that like on Polymarket, but I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
All right. So, in congressional hearings about Epstein, does Trump keep doubling down? I mean, how bad does that get?
How Trump plays it is up to him, but I don't see him, if he hasn't done anything different yet, I don't think he'll do something different in the future. So I think he'll try to punt it. I think he'll try to pass the hot potato. And I think it's just going to become a big shit fest, just like the Ukraine thing, the Ukraine call, the Russia gate. He's never been particularly good at this stuff. So I think it's just going to be a big, ugly mess. And the whole thing is going to grind to a halt.
The only silver lining is the Q-tards saying he was going to expose all the pedophile rings. They don't know what to do now with this.
Are you sure? They still have their theories. I still get it on X. I still get people saying, there's no yellow fringe on the flag today. You know what that means? And we're like, no, what is that?
No, they're like, he's going to bust the pedophiles, and now they don't know what to do with this.
I picked him up.
Right. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm just saying, I think they're so disconnected from reality. I don't even think they're missing a beat. For them, they're just saying like, oh, it's going to happen tomorrow, So, but yeah, that's some upside for us, I guess.
Are there any good Republicans for leadership?
No, they're all rotten. They're all bad. I don't like even one of them.
All right, so your show is normally 9 p.m. every weeknight.
Yes, 9 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday on Rumble.
Well, you're simulcasting this, so we're going to go to a promo after this. And I'm going to end this because I've been up since 5 a.m. And I appreciate this discussion and debate. I think we set the record straight on this. But since it's your show, too, Nick, you go ahead and close it out here with your final statement because you're hosting, too.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it was great. I guess you were having me on. I was having you on. Great conversation. It was really good to have a little back and forth. And it's like you said on X, this is a productive discussion. You've been on the money on this, so have I. So I think it's good to get information out there for the people. But that's going to do it for me. I'm on the air Monday through Friday. I'll be reading Super Chats tomorrow. Check out Fuentes.store, AmericaFirst.plus. We have our brand new hats and subscription site is available now, so check it out. And for those that are watching on my end, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But thanks, Alex. Great joining you tonight. I'll talk to you later as well. Have a great night.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and the same goes. Whether you agree with Nick or not, or whether you agree with me or not, you want independent media, support us at AlexJonesStore.com. Crew, great job, great discussion, great debate. And we're praying Trump course corrects. But all I can do is tell you what I really think. And better than Democrats, but that's not enough. So we got to hold Trump's feet to the fire. I'm not ready to throw him out like Nick is, but I am extremely concerned. Extremely concerned. But Trump's weakness is our weakness. It's just the weakness, what we've become. And we got to be stronger. We got to get the truth out. All right. Harrison Smith, 8 a.m. tomorrow. That's in 9 hours.
Just so much easier to comply with whatever the current ruling class wants you to do or say. When they tell you to empty your pockets and submit to searches, just do it. When they hold up a big stick and tell you to turn around, just turn around, bend over, take a deep breath, and relax. It only hurts for a second, and over time, the more they do it, the less you feel it. In December 2021, with no crime scene present, the Tucson police were wrapping their cars in crime scene tape. Mark with Tucson Police Suck and Roy with Pigs Under Pressure were recording them doing it. I was standing there without a camera asking them why they were bothering the police, while also white knighting for the police and trying to pick a fight with the camera guys.
I won't just film you this. It's all right. Let me know, man. Yeah. I appreciate you. Bootlicker. Dude, why you're that crew I've been hearing about. You go around with these guys? You sure, man? You get in your car, I'll handle this shit.
By what you said, you just provoked me. So if you guys decide to fight, then I might have to arrest you. So just watch what you say.
That's calling him a bootlegger?
That's insulting. That's
Right now, dude.
It's insulting. That's insulting.
Can I press charges on him?
Okay, so just be honest.
It's kind of hard to hear, but I'm the one here picking a fight with the guys with the cameras, and then when they call me a bootlicker, the cop tells them I might have to arrest you for disorderly conduct because what you're saying is instigating him. I further press the issue by telling the cops that I'm willing to press charges on these guys for calling me names.
So I can't say bootlicker? You're a bootlicker. He's a bootlicker. Look at that bootlicker. Yeah. Yeah, bootlicker. Walk away, bootlicker. Just walk away.
We're ready to snatch that fucking beard up. We're ready to snatch that fucking beard up. No, it's not de-escalating.
Yeah.
You can de-escalate by walking away. Just walk away. That's what I have to do.
You should let him suck your boot.
De-escalate the situation. You're gonna be the bigger man by walking away.
Hey, I'll film you licking his boots. Lick his boots. Just lick it.
Don't let me get
What does that mean, lick your boots?
Oh, find some retarded stuff on it.
Hey, thanks for what you do, man.
Thank you, man.
I'll jack you off anything, bro.
Okay, thank you. Hey, man, don't let you guys get out of your
All right, man. You're doing a good job, brother.
You don't have anything better to do, so.
Yeah. They're not gonna hurt me, are they? You're surrounding me, man. Can you protect me?
Remember that word de-escalation, okay?
Why are you walking away, man? I had your back, man. They're surrounding me. I'm scared.
Everybody see this bootlicker? Damn bootlicker.
So there's this other thing called officer use jeopardy, where we place ourselves in situations where we jeopardize our safety. Are you standing here? You're jeopardizing your safety, and you're saying, hey, this surround. You can remove yourself. All right. These guys have that's better. You got something better to do. I suggest you do that.
I got nothing better to do.
I just sit in your car. Tell me to leave.
No, I can't. Get in my car. Let's go to jail. That's a better.
Well, I'll just sit in the front seat till they leave.
It's okay, man.
So I can leave.
Hey, if I sit in a wheelchair, will you shoot me in the back?
No, that's not my style.
Everybody see this bootlicker here? Does everybody see the bootlicker? I'm stagnant. I'm not lying.
Stop calling me that.
I feel threatened by this bootlicker here.
He's chasing me.
I like that little act you guys had there. That was good. I didn't fall.
Oh, it's Fester Video? Yeah, that's a good one. It's one of my
You
favorite,
fell
actually.
for it. Don't lie to me.
I just said what I had to say.
Oh.
Right?
You know who that is?
I know that.
You know who he is, though?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't either. The bootlicker. He's a freaking bootlicker.
Oh, he definitely fell for it at first when he was telling these guys he might have to arrest them for calling me names. But once I told him I would do anything to support him,
I'll jack you off anything, bro.
Okay, thank you.
he caught on.
That cop just accused me of having this bootlicker with me. He says he's with me.
So I'm with you?
Yeah, he just said that.
Dude, I would never be with you.
I know. He's accusing me of being with a bootlicker.
I'd be with your mom. I'd be with your mom.
I'm actually somewhat of a politician, though. I switch sides all the time, depending on which way the wind's blowing. You remember that time Lane Myers got arrested for booing while other people were clapping at a city hall meeting? I put a link to it below if you haven't seen it.
Thank you so much.
Boo!
Those booing, we're going to have to ask to remove you if you continue that.
Well, a few weeks later, some of the guys went to tell the mayor and council that they were kind of mad at him for whipping the slaves too hard.
And I think you people should be held accountable for her actions. This is like a pyramid scheme you guys have here. Who's at the top?
Lethal Slinky.
I personally made it a point of booing his ridiculous speech about, government should be held accountable for their actions. And then I went up and gave a speech of my own. Unlike Lane Myers, though, my booing was allowed because the majority of the people in power in the room at the time agreed with me.
Fuck you.
After I booed him, he said, "Fuck you," at which point I saw a cop get up and I thought he was about to attack him. Again, it's okay to have opinions just as long as the government agrees with them. Luckily, instead of actually putting hands on Roy, he just stood directly behind him to attempt to intimidate him.
Hey, Mayor and Council, is this working?
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Good. I heard that these guys are going to be coming, and so I wanted to come and be a voice of reason. Obviously, these guys are insane. They're out of control, and they don't respect our police. Brandon Williams currently makes, I think, it's $187,000 a year. I think is that right?
That was 180.
The crybaby said. I think we should up it to probably at least $350K, at least. Brandon Williams is willing to do anything he's told, no matter whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether it's moral, whether it's immoral, whether it's legal, whether it's illegal, doesn't matter. For $187K, we can get Brandon to do anything, just about anything. What do you think we can get him to do for $350K? I bet we can get him to kill this guy. I saw him arrest Lane Myers a few weeks ago. He was in here booing. Did you guys see that? Anybody see that? No. Lane Myers is in here while everybody was applauding. Lane Myers said, "Boo!" And then the mayor told the dog over there, what's his name, Brandon Williams, sick the dog out of him and said, "Go arrest him." And Brandon Williams did it. And good for them. You know, I don't think that we need to have people freely expressing themselves in these chambers. Am I right? I think these citizens need to shut the hell up, sit down, and do what they're goddamn told, right? And if not, Brandon Williams is going to come out and whoop that ass, boy.
If more people would learn to just obey people that are physically stronger than them, there'd be a lot less people in jail and a lot less battered wives. Stop forcing your government's hand and making them do this to you. Learn your place. This woman has 800 Tucson police officers at her beck and call. While she tries to play the, "oh, I'm a sweet little innocent victim female immigrant" card, with 800 armed men at her beck and call, she's the most physically powerful person in the city. When she tells you to applaud and praise her, you applaud and praise her. When she tells you to respect her goons,
Thank you, man. I'll look it up. Okay, thank you.
you respect her goons. And when the government holds up a big stick and tells you to turn around, don't complain, comply. You might find out you actually like it.
Music button, I don't care. I didn't click the music button.
That was an anticlimactic
Yeah, totally.
thumbs up from studio. Everybody's shot looks
Normal.
the same and all this other kind of stuff. All right. First, we got to talk about old Fang Fang Bang Bang. We got to talk about Eric Swalwell for a minute. He's Swalwell. Either way. All right. So everybody saw his video. We talked about it, the little push-up thing, his 135, and I actually think those were rubber or plastic weights. So I don't think that really
Styrofoam.
was 135.
100%.
No, it's like those CrossFit weights. Those CrossFit weights aren't exactly what they say they are. But either way, so Greg Gutfeld called him out about it like we did as well. And Eric Swalwell had this to say. Old Fang Fang Bang Bang said, "Here's a deal for Gutfeld. Never heard of him till he spent 8 minutes criticizing what I bench pressed." First of all, that is a lie.
That is a lie.
There's
From
zero
the pits of
chance
hell.
that you didn't know who Greg Gutfeld was. But either way, here he goes. The deal: if tough guy benches more than me for 10 reps, I'll leave Congress. If not, he leaves Fox News. I'll give Greg 48 hours to accept, or I'm calling him Gutless Feld. Talk about the words of a poet of our generation.
I'm telling you, boy,
Eric Swalwell
poet
is
didn't know
missing
it.
his true calling as a lyricist. That man deserved. I did not know he was a descendant of the Beatles, and he wrote majestic lyrics across the board. First of all, I would be willing to bet that Todd's wife could bench more than Eric Swalwell.
100%.
Across the board.
You on
All
Rumble,
right,
Dennis?
but that didn't stop my good
Tomorrow we're
friend
gonna do a
Carl
big push
Higbee,
for,
former Navy SEAL, Newsmax host,
unique chatters
for getting Newsmax
in,
host
Rumble.
for getting involved in
Not
the
necessary
challenge.
today, but-
And before we even play it, you can already tell
That'd
Carl-
be 405 right
Carl
there. ladies and
Higbee is a beast. If you love Carl Higbee, former Navy SEAL, let's get some American flags in the chat. Here's what a real man looks like bench pressing. Let's push this here. Woo! Woo! Oh,
Lord.
that's
Man,
4.
that hurts my elbows and shoulders. Just
Now this guy, I would believe, could bench to bench those 4 plates on each side.
Look-
the other guy,
Look here. Look, let me tell you something. And I know there's a lot of ladies in the chat. There's a lot of dudes too. That's heavy, yo. That's a lot of weight. All right.
315 is the biggest I've gotten, and I wanted to die.
Dude,
Like,
that
no.
is real weight. I did 4 plays on each side once back in the day. Once, like uno times, kind of thing. Anyway, Eric Swalwell's gay. Moving on. All right, let's see here.
Speaking of gay.
Speaking of gay and liberal, let's get some CLCs blowing up in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish we weren't still talking about the Sydney Sweeney. Back the video up, Todd, please. I wish we weren't still talking about this. I wish we weren't. But it is still all anyone's talking about, which is this American Eagle Nazi propaganda stuff. So
look at this massive diamond on the finger of this entitled piece of trash.
Oh, 0%, 100% chance her husband hates his life and has to take care of himself alone in a dark bathroom.
We got
video. I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together.
Okay. Yesterday with Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. They had the long anticipated debate. It turned out to be more of a conversation, less of a debate. We did a breakdown of it with Lebanon John and Rex Jones on Moonbase Live yesterday as well, where our coverage was actually more of a debate than the Nick and Alex conversation was. I thought that was pretty interesting. Rex was supposed to be in here at 10 today, but he unfortunately had an emergency come up, so he's not going to be able to make it. So that's bad news. But the good news is that we'll be able to take your calls, and lots of them today. So stay tuned for that. We can go now to a clip, and this is probably the defining clip of the conversation between Nick and Alex yesterday, where basically the question is, what's going on with Trump, and what do we do about this? Because we probably won't survive another Joe Biden style presidency as a nation, possibly as individuals. It's not unlikely that should Trump continue on the path that he's on, continue to lose support, especially amongst the youth, then we become a socialist nation. And that's the end of that, folks. There's no America to our Soviet Union. You understand? If we fall, that's it. That's all. It's over. Clip number 12. Here's Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. Alex saying that Nick was right to predict a lot of the things Trump has done, and that fact alone makes Alex Jones sick to his stomach. Let's watch.
I said that before you came on. I said, listen, I have guests on that are consistently right. You can disagree with overall your views or whatever, but you've been dead on. So my North Star is who's the most accurate. That's what I have on. So you did predict all this, which makes me physically ill. So what? Look at the crystal ball, Nick Fuentes. What is going to happen, and then what do we do?
It's hard to say what is going to happen next because, I was going to say we are in a way stuck. We are stuck with Trump for the next 4 years. And when I say stuck, I mean, whether you think it's good or bad, he's the president and he's in this incontestable position. That was sort of the aspect of it that was very concerning to me, which is that if you have Kamala Harris, she has no legitimacy. So a lot of people like to think, well, if Kamala won, what would that have looked like? Obviously, it would not have been as good. The economy wouldn't be as good. The border wouldn't have been as good. And that's obvious. But what was less concerning to me about Kamala against all of that is that she was a lot less stable. And not by that, I don't mean mentally. I mean that she had no legitimacy as a ruler because she didn't win the Democrat primary fair and square and never did. Nobody would believe she won the general election. If she won, no one would accept that that was a fair and square deal. And so the regime would have been a lot less stable and would have had a lot less leeway. What I fear with Trump is that he has this cult-like status within the GOP. And when you look at the approval ratings over the past month, he has been declining with independents. He's hit a low with Democrats, as always. But his approval with Republicans has been remarkably stable. It's been stabilized at just under 90% approval, even in spite of everything, in spite of bombing Iran, in spite of floating the amnesty deal, in spite of the Epstein files. And so you say to yourself, where do we go from here? What do we do next? We're in this sort of intractable position where there's nothing we can do because he's there and no one can challenge him. He steamrolled Congress to get the BBB. He steamrolled many of the people in the primary throughout this whole process. And so you say, if Trump is failing us, if he's failing as a guy, and I agree with you, there's some sympathy with it. You don't say it to be mean. You don't say it even necessarily to be critical, but just descriptively, this is an old man. He has been fighting for a long time. He is tired, and you can see that he can't handle it. You can see that it is a crack up, that he cannot handle these questions. And you watch these press conferences, these interviews, it's extraordinary the way he keeps digging, the way he gets asked about it and puts his foot in his mouth with this sort of, oh, well, we need to just stop thinking about that, and it's a Democrat hoax. And you say, how is it even possible that he's fumbling this hard? So much so that people are saying maybe it's calculated, because it is not possible to mess it up this bad. He's failing. He's cracking up.
Oh,
At
yeah,
the
I
same
love
time,
the futards saying, oh, he's going to make Democrats release the file. He's in control of it, dumbasses.
Exactly. He appointed the attorney general. It's under his purview. He could release it if he wants to. Pam Bondi could do it. Trump could tell her to do it.
So that's just a bit of a taste of the frustration I think a lot of us are feeling. And it's just, we're just in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And it sort of almost contributes to the idea that, Trump is being set up, or he's being manipulated behind the scenes, or he's in on it, in that globalists always set up the lose-lose situation. Right, it's one of the things we always talk about when it comes to false flags. The only thing false about them are the flags. There's still an attack. You still have to deal with whatever they've done. It's the beauty of the Hegelian dialectic, is like they really do create a virus in a lab and release
the water fountains,
into the public.
Idiocracy.
They really did that. They really infected people with an actual virus. You have to do something.
And
you have
everybody
to
wears
deal
Crocs.
with it. You can't just go, this is a trick. We're going to ignore what they say. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go with their solution, but often the solution they propose is like the obvious one or the necessary one for whatever attack they've carried out. And so that's sort of where we're at with Trump, where it's like, hey, we needed Trump to get in because we needed a disruptive figure. We needed a break from normalcy. We needed somebody to come in, swing a giant hammer and shatter the two-party system, break that gridlock, and actually work for the American people. We did that. We got Trump. Now all of our eggs are in that basket. And it's like, so we got to keep supporting him. And even when he seems to be going off the rails, it's like, what is the other option? I got sympathy for Trump. It is bizarre just being in a situation where it seems like nobody knows what's going on. And that's sort of my takeaway. And maybe Trump does, but that's not the signals I'm getting from Trump. That's not what I'm reading into. When I look at, what he says and the way he's handling this situation, I don't see somebody in control and, manipulating everything as a 5D chess master. I see somebody making a series of completely unforced errors with a whole variety of unintended consequences. I'll say, I think that the elephant in the room here, the big piece of the conversation I don't see anybody talking about. Let me put it this way. You got Nick and Alex, and they're sort of freaking out about the future of MAGA. And it's like, okay, is this thing actually going to be effective? Are we actually going to get done what needs to get done? I thought Nick put it very well to quote everybody knows, but to apply it to this, I think is accurate. It's, if you take a shot at the king, you better not miss. The king in our situation is this globalist, leftist, societal control paradigm, this entire establishment. So everybody's talking about this divide on the right. The left is just completely insane and collapsed. The Democrats just have absolutely nothing Cory Booker is like screaming and crying and stomping his feet over God only knows what. Like, I genuinely don't even know what they're freaking out about these days. They are still freaking out, I guess, because Colbert was fired or something. Who knows? Okay, so you got the right MAGA coalition, not sure where the future leads. Are we just being folded back into the system? Is it going to be Trump goes away and it's Marco Rubio and JD Vance under Peter Thiel? Are we just going to be, the Palantir AI with their puppets in charge? Because that would be a devastating end to this unique opportunity to wrestle our system back from the globalist. Or will we just go into socialism because Zoran Mamdani and AOC get to play up the Israel, anti-Israel stuff? The elephant in the room, I think it's weird that nobody's talking about, is the fact that for the first time, maybe ever, in a number of major issues that are the topic of headlines every day, newspapers, for the first time ever, the left and the right want the same things on all of it. There's this weird thing where the left is demanding a release of the Epstein list. MAGA's demanding the release of the Epstein list. Yet we're still at each other's throats. And nobody is
cut my DoorDash off short last
talking
night
about unity at all. Like, it's just never been an option. I mean, isn't that kind of weird? Doesn't this seem like a crazy opportunity right now where the left wants the Epstein list released and the right wants the Epstein list released? Israel doesn't want the Epstein list released. The far left, progressives, or just most Democrats in total at this point, think Israel is genocidal and wants America to stop supporting their genocidal activities. Well, guess what the number one issue amongst disaffected Trump supporters is? We want the same thing. So it's like right now, you got the left and the right in tatters, while there's this massive shared portion of the Venn diagram where we all just want the same thing. Now, it's almost ironic because
it's almost out of here.
We have this amazing opportunity where we could come together left and right and say, hey, you might want universal basic income. I want to keep my guns. We disagree on these things, but can't we first just go, let's extricate ourselves from this parasitical death trap of an alliance with Israel? Can we just come together? And so, to me, it's like, I was talking about this on Moonbase Live yesterday, and it was like, can't we just, don't we all agree just put America first? Can't we just have an America first party? Go, right. No, it'll never work. It'll never work because the left won't do that for some reason. They would never agree to, buck the idea of the global community and globalism as an ideology.
They can't even decide what it means to be American.
Yeah, they don't even know what it means to be an American.
To have that, and that's why, to people who are on the left, right, an America First party sounds offensive, right? Because they know that there's a fundamental disagreement as what it means to be an American.
Which is why, it makes their position on Israel just completely hypocritical and asinine when you have people like Ilhan Omar, like, Israel controls our country. Then she's giving speeches to her. She's like, I will benefit Somalia as my position as a congresswoman. Like, all right, you don't have a principled opposition to what's going on. You just don't like that it's you. You don't like that it's not you in control of America as a foreigner for the benefit of your particular ethnic group. You're just mad it's another ethnic group and another foreign power that's taking advantage of us to this degree. So, I guess we just have these intractable differences with the left who have gone just completely off the rails and insane by every possible metric and in every possible way to measure, political sentiment. The left has gone way, way farther left than the right has gone right. And I guess that is making it impossible for us to actually just have sensible positions, because after all, everything I believe when it comes to Israel and when it comes to America, the premise is all based on nationalism. As a nationalist, I think Americans should run America, and we shouldn't be beholden to a foreign state. That's shameful and ridiculous. And
Always gone.
I support the Palestinians because I believe they have a right to their homeland and are a nation. Even if not officially, they clearly are a united people with shared blood and ancestry on a particular plot of land. They're a nation. They're a nation. So as nationalists, I believe they have a right not to be eradicated in their own homeland.
Kind of like this guy's show sometimes.
And so to me, it's easy to have a consistent, principled belief across all these topics and come to, arrive always on the side of the natives and of the, populace of the nations that are concerned, not the elites trying to manipulate them. But for them, it's just all completely arbitrary. And yeah, they're against Israel's control, but not really. It's just they'd be perfectly in favor if Somalia had the same level of control Israel has. They don't actually care about America. They just are mad that they're not the ones exploiting us to the maximum degree. So anyway, I think that's sort of the missing aspect of this that I really haven't heard anybody talk about. Everybody's talking about what the right's going to do, how we're going to weather this storm, or how we're going to, continue the populist movement after Trump is gone. But it's like, do we not have just this amazing opportunity right now for a little bit of cross-party solidarity as Americans against the constant and, unsustainable exploitation by a variety of foreign and, I don't even know how to put it, internal traitors. Anyway, we got so many videos to get to and so many stories to get to. Let's begin today, as we do every day, with our Daily Dispatch. All right, here it is, folks. Your Daily Dispatch for Thursday, the 31st of July, 2025. Trump says Canada's Palestine statehood stance may hurt trade deal. And just what we were just talking about, Canada revealed its intention to officially recognize the Palestinian state during the United Nations General Assembly scheduled for September 2025. This decision follows France and Britain's similar announcements and is driven by the erosion of peace prospects and amid Israeli settlement expansion and Gaza's humanitarian crisis. Canada's recognition is contingent upon Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas committing to reforms, organizing elections in 2026 that do not include Hamas participants, and ensuring the Palestinian state is demilitarized. In response to this, Donald Trump warned in a Truth Social post that Canada's support for Palestine will, quote, make a trade deal with the U.S. very hard, following ongoing tariff threats. It was funny, somebody said, at least, Trump is, say what you want about him, he's the most honest president America's ever had. He just comes out and says it. And it's just infuriating. I mean, this is just the classic issue. Here we have a negotiation with Canada. We got a lot of pressure, leverage. We got a lot of impetus to get concessions. And what do we do with that? We use it for Israel. We get all sorts of concessions. We can get all sorts of good things for America. But for Trump, it's about Israel and Palestine. We'll use our power and our influence and our leverage and our country's economic strength as a bargaining chip for the benefit of Israel and Israel alone. And it's infuriating. Again, it's like, at least he's honest. Like, you got that. We got that going for us. But what he's honest about is the fact that the American government we're just entirely slaves to Israel, and our interests are always subsumed, always secondary to the interests of this foreign power. Thanks, Trump. Thank you. Again, it's just weird. It's just weird how out in the open it is now. It's just very weird. Meanwhile, Microsoft market cap tops $4 trillion after hours on earnings bet. Microsoft shares jumped and extended trading on Wednesday, pushing the company's market cap past $4 trillion. The software giant reported better than expected quarterly results and said Azure's annual revenue topped $75 billion. NVIDIA became the first company to reach the $4 trillion mark earlier this month. The $4 trillion club has a second member, at least based on after-hour tradings. And this, I have to think, has to do with the rise of AI and the the ability that these big tech companies are going to have to rapidly replace a lot of their workers with robots and pocket the cash that they save us, because why would anything ever get better when you can just make a very small number of people crap ton of money? Meanwhile, Trump administration announces new private health tracking system with big tech's help. Oh, good. Thanks, Trump. The Trump administration announced it's launching a new program that will allow Americans to share personal health data and medical records across health systems and apps run by private tech companies, promising that it will make it easier to access health records and monitor wellness. For who, though? That's my question. Okay, it'll make it easier to access health records and monitor wellness for the government to track our records and monitor us. Is that what you're saying? It's actually incredibly easy for me to access my health records. I can do.
I can tell you're a nice guy. You just want to see me leave. He wants to see me burn. I'm just gonna leave.
Who's all in a minute, one way or the other?
I like that attitude.
Well, I don't care if you like it or not, honestly.
Yeah, okay, you don't have to be rude.
Okay. You want to play dumb little childish game?
Look, you're talking a little loud. We're in a library.
Okay, don't be concerned with how I talk, all right?
All right, okay, fine.
All right.
Put your hands behind your back.
Officer, I haven't done nothing.
Listen
please,
to me.
bro.
Put your hands behind your back, or I'm going to put them behind it for you.
What did I do?
Are you not going to follow my instructions?
Please, calm down. I'm sorry. Please,
I'm done with you. Stop talking, okay? Stop talking. Don't beg me for anything. Just stop talking. You want to play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
All those cops, just because we film.
Fred Bear is a YouTube channel known for pulling harmless pranks that sometimes gets the attention of local law enforcement. Like this one where the city of Tampa cops show up as he threatens to pull a fire alarm in a public library.
I was reading a little bit over here.
Okay.
It keeps making little noises.
Here.
Oh, the fire alarm.
Just making some noises.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here. It makes it want to pull it.
If you want, you can move over here. You won't be able to hear it.
What would happen if I pulled it?
You're charged with a crime. You pull that. It's sending a bunch of people here because they don't touch it. Yeah, don't do that.
What are you doing? Don't do that. What are you doing?
What?
Don't put your hands
Why are you
in
doing
there.
that?
Wait, why didn't it go off?
Okay, are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you?
Do you need some help? Oh, so you're videotaping? Okay, so this guy illegally pulls this. He had an alarm.
Do you know why it's not going off?
No. Don't touch that again.
I should turn it back off though.
No, just leave it the way it is. It's fine.
But what if they're coming?
You have a name?
Durf. Do you?
Okay, this conversation's over. Don't touch that.
Okay, can I be honest with you guys?
You're acting real immature, but go ahead.
This is my shorts.
No, you're acting immature.
You're like this might spark a
Your
few
shorts are
laughs. Oh, thank you.
No.
Okay. But
I don't want to shake your hand.
I get that a lot.
I
what
can
if
see why. You don't want to trespass him.
Wait, but they didn't say that. You guys are just
We
assuming.
did. Hey,
No.
have Sarah come down here. I think you might want to trespass him.
Sarah does not.
Okay, now we need to see your ID.
What if I don't have any ID?
Name?
Durf.
Well, no, you understand. Whatever you tell me, officer's presence, if it's a lie, you're lying to an officer.
Yeah. No, I mean, no.
Is your name Durf?
That's what the streets call me. Okay. What if I said this fire alarm is just a prop?
Are you with Mr. Durf over here? Are you with Mr. Durf over here? Okay, we'll get trespass.
See, look.
Yeah.
Boom. See, look.
So it's fake? And you think that's funny?
No one said it was fake.
And you think that's funny?
I just said it was a prop.
You think that's funny? How old are you?
That's kind of personal to say.
Why?
Look, if you just pulled it, you'd understand. So just pull it.
No.
Okay, please pull it.
No. Try to act like at least 12. Have a seat.
You know, you and my mom, you guys say the same things.
Oh, I'm sure your mom would be totally disgusted right now.
What if she gave me this idea?
I doubt it. That is a crime if it's real. You can't pull that.
Well, I took it off the wall, but I cut the wires.
But you won't be able to come here for another year because you're going to get trespassed for a prank like that.
What if I ran?
I would say have a nice run, but you're still trespassing. Well, did you want to trespass him?
No, just say no.
No, trespassing for the day?
No. Just
then I have to leave for today.
I'm going to leave right now, I promise.
Well, if you don't, you're going to get arrested.
You guys aren't listening. We're gonna have to.
Oh, they're not listening. They're making complete fools of themselves.
Tell me what you want. I'll listen.
You do realize in your library, he's going to post that through social media. He may want to call you a legal department.
He's just mad because you don't want to trespass me.
They're free to record, but
ooh, dang, that's crazy.
And he was telling your librarian that it's a real fire alarm.
Ashley never said that on job.
Oh, let's go get him.
Okay. Look, between me and you, I can tell you're a nice guy. You just want to see me leave. He wants to see me burn. I'm just going to leave.
Resolve it in a minute, one way or the other.
I like that attitude.
Well, I don't care if you like it or not, honestly. So.
Yeah, okay, you don't have to be rude.
Okay. You want to play dumb little childish games?
Look, you're talking a little loud. We're in a library.
Okay, don't be concerned with how I talk, all right?
All right, okay, fine.
All right.
But in this episode, he and his entire camera crew is nabbed by this corrupt cop named Cortez. They're at the Dolphin Mall in Miami, Florida, to pull a fake Drake prank where he walks around with a Drake lookalike, and shoppers thinking it's Drake want to stop and take pictures and get an autograph. That's when Officer Cortez from the Sweetwater, Florida Police Department shows up and immediately starts putting his hands on Fred's cameraman.
Hey, how are you, sir? Yo. Guys, if you listen to Kendrick, you can just say that. If you listen to Kendrick, you can just say that.
Okay.
Wait, you turn on your body cam?
Calling you right now.
You can't.
And you're not following instructions.
Whoa. Guys. Hotline Bling.
I represent Dolphin Mall, which is
Hotline Bling, though. You know you guys listen to Kendrick. We don't want this.
Of literature,
Okay.
other auto.
Okay.
Right here, read number
Are
9.
you the attorney?
Could you read number 9?
Actually, this guy's a multi-millionaire.
Okay, I'm happy for you, my brother. Listen, you want to follow the rules or not?
Look, I'm just trying to get my bag.
Okay, listen to me. Do you want to follow the rules or not?
I like when you call me daddy.
Okay, listen to me. Are you gonna follow instructions or not?
I mean, like, it depends. Like,
You're gonna get trespassed, so
I'm,
I need your ID.
look,
need your
I'm
ID.
trying to make a bag. I work with Drizzy.
We already know from past videos and other channels just how bad the employees of the infamous Allied Universal Security Company can be. But believe it or not, Sweetwater, Florida Police Department officials will take the tyrannical lead on this one. Officer Cortez has already put his hands on the cameraman for no reason, and after Fred rightly calls him out, within seconds, Cortez escalates, and hilariously, Fred stays in character.
You need to stop recording. This is private property.
Okay, so...
Okay, are you gonna stop recording or not?
at the same time, you can't really touch him either.
Okay.
If you want to play this game, shit, I'm locked and loaded. Verbally.
You gotta let the mall know this private property. Go to your house.
Oh, wow. Damn, Jimmy. Oh. So, what are you being detained for?
You're being trespassed from the mall.
Drake! Wait, where's Drake? Did you know the Drake was fake?
Yeah, so at this point, I'm like, bro's power tripping because, I know for a fact it's not a criminal offense to film a fake Drake prank at a mall. So I'm like, bet, like we're chilling, like we didn't commit no crime. Like whatever cop this is, he's gotta be new. So that being the case, I want you guys to say hello to our main antagonist of today's video. Sergeant Cortez. Sergeant Cortez, he was firing off some valid points. Like for instance,
Are you the attorney?
no, I'm not. But you see, guys, in order to be lawfully detained, Florida Statute 901.151 states this. Yeah, you can read that if you want, but pretty much what it says is police officer needs to think that you committed a crime, are committing or about to commit a crime in order to detain you. So guys, explain to me. Please explain to me. Why am I in handcuffs?
It's a pretty sad and embarrassing day for cops when a YouTube prankster knows the laws and the application of laws better than law enforcement. And it's not even so much that Cortez and cops just like him are ignorant of the law. I think it's that their egos get so large that they can't control themselves. And then when those egos are damaged, when somebody questions their fake authority, they lash out. But Cortez isn't done yet, because he apparently downed a whole can of Power Trip soda, and he and his Thin Blue Line pals just start grabbing people standing around recording outside the mall.
I'm gonna drop some 50 likes and push-ups. That's some 50 likes and push-ups. Did you like Euphoria better, or who do you think's winning the beef right now? Drizzy, don't forget me.
Just right back. Oh yeah, send me some units to entrance 2, please. My battery's dying. Trespass after warning. These guys are going to jail for recording.
You listen, because you like to talk. I was trying to read you the rules. You're not listening. You want to play a game?
Is this because the Drake was fake, or like
This
what's
is
wrong?
because you're not listening. This is because of you. This is about you.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Pussy and Millions.
What your name is? It's your responsibility.
We're trying to find
Because of you.
Adonis.
Because of you.
We're trying to find Adonis, sir.
Because of you. Put this here. I don't want to break your camera.
You can just put it on the hood.
2-1-2-4, kiss. Put your hands behind your back.
Officer, I haven't done nothing.
Listen
Please,
to me.
bro.
Put your hands behind your back, or I'm going to put them behind you for you.
What did I do?
Are you not going to follow my
Please,
instructions?
please, calm down. I'm sorry. I haven't done nothing.
Bro, I haven't done nothing! Like, what? Okay, you know what? I get it. You know, I truly do get it. You know, you want to flex on me. You want to take the L dance on me. You know, cool. Like, totally fine. But to grab this poor kid's thing on the sidewalk, filming on his iPhone, I saw that, and you could tell by my face. I was absolutely astonished of how big of a boner you have. Dude, that shit was poking through. Oh, plus, like, not even to mention, bro hasn't even said one word to you. Like, he wasn't even fucking with you like how I was. Not only did he take him, he took my other boy's bald ass. Like, what in the world did he do? Is it against mall policy to have no hair on your head?
So 1-3-10, hear you.
That was the game. Go ahead, sir.
Routine. Just bring me, I need 2 cages.
I'm referring you
Being
from the
trespassed.
side.
No, you're not leaving anymore, Papo. All right?
I just walked out.
Romero, give me another set of handcuffs.
Please, like.
I'm done with you. Stop
sorry.
talking, okay? Stop talking. Don't beg me for anything. Just stop talking. You want to play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yeah, just take 2 and take the other 2. Let's go.
So I think that right now we're the only ones that got away, trying to figure out, are they going to let Jimmy and Fred go, or are they going to go to jail? All those cops, just because we filmed.
Daddy was trying to tell them to stop. They kept walking away, tell them to stop recording. They don't have a permit to record. I asked them to stop recording. I tried to explain to them. They kept playing the little game.
For what?
For disorderly.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, isn't that crazy? Bro, this many cops for a fake Drake prank. Like, guys, like, what are y'all doing, man? We in Miami. Do you know how much crazy shit happens in Miami? And why the hell are you muting your body cam? That makes me a little horny. Bro had his body cam muted for over a minute. I think actually, no. It was 1 minute and about 2 seconds. Yeah, I got your ass. But like, why? Like why are you muting it? Why are you, why? And you know the crazy thing about it? Out of all the officers on scene, you, Mr. Cortez, Sergeant Cortez, actually, you were the only officer that muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna put these now.
Yes, that's my microphone. There's a lob on my head right there. It's duct tape to my chest. Take it off. It's gonna hurt. I appreciate my Got my phone.
I don't think
no, but we're gonna impound them.
I don't think they're stolen. You can
Let's impound the cameras for safekeeping. Que tú eres técnico, cámara.
I can tell you they're on. Or I don't think you'll be able to impound it, but he knows what the camera is.
Oh,
I'm sure he'll tell you how many megapixels.
Do you have impound sheets?
No. What do you got?
Let's discuss the case. Wait until Romero's done.
Everybody knows dishonesty and conspiracy is likely afoot when cops mute their body cams. And that's before they already started talking about stealing these kids' cameras for the simple act of exercising their rights in public. When they were told to leave the private property, they weren't even given a proper chance to leave.
Trolling aside, like real talk, this is the second time now. But you see, guys, like right after he says that, there was one more officer right next to him, and he didn't mute his body cam yet. And this is what I picked up.
Hold on, let me put the camera on them.
Fuck you want to do now, bro? Fuck you want to do now, bro? Guys, am I tripping, or does it sound like some sus shit going on in this bitch? And their combo, you know that, had no camera present. It went on for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And guys, please, 3 minutes and 38 seconds is a long time. Like, God, I only last 2. So imagine what they could have said in that 3:38.
It's going to be resisting without and failure to obey a lawful order. I gotta put this guy. Okay. Yeah, what? You gotta put that there.
Let's say a cop, before he even says anything, he's allowed to just put his hands on you. So like someone's like walking with a camera and then he just grabs you before he says anything. That's allowed.
To be honest, I don't know. Between me and you, I think they're Team Kendrick. I just hope, Drake sees us. He's like, wow, this guy got arrested for me. Maybe he can pay my court fees.
I wonder if it's a free Fred, free Jimmy. Yeah,
we're not that big. Free Dirk on Twitter, please.
I've never seen anybody go to jail for filming without on. Like, if I tell you, hey, stop filming, and then I arrest you, like, you stop filming. I never seen that.
So you've never seen something like this before, though?
Well, remember, just like the story, they're telling me otherwise.
These guys are going to jail for recording.
Is it against the law if I ask that guy right there to take a picture of me and post on Twitter?
No. You're being detained right now.
Oh, so it is against the law?
Under custody. So.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Just so you guys know, you guys are going to be arrested for disorderly conduct. Well, yeah, it is what it is, man. Somebody tells you you have to go.
We're leaving.
So just giving you a heads up why we're here. Okay, want me to explain to him again? He doesn't understand. What is it that you don't understand?
I understand that.
Listen, there's no issue with you guys recording.
You need to stop recording. You need to stop recording. Are you going to stop recording? These guys are going to jail for recording.
The problem is that you don't listen. Had you just turned off the cameras and said, yes, sir, no problem, you would have continued on your merry way. You're only allowed to record at your free will on public property. You understand? You record on my property, you need permission from the mall management. You don't have that permission.
No, actually, it's fine. Since bro wants to take it this far. Oh, what is this? A little vape? Oh, a little multitasker. He can hold his vape in one hand and arrest us in the other. Hey, Sergeant, did you know it's also against mall policy to vape indoors? Nah, you see, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure you walk outside the mall every time you go to hit that, so I'm really not worried because if policy meant this much to you, no way you'd be hitting this indoors. There's just no way. Because if you did, I would hate to inform you, you'd probably be in the back of the cop car with us.
And that's how simple it is to expose cop hypocrisy. Cortez could have been cool and told the pranksters, hey, the mall owners don't want people recording in here. This is private property. And if you don't want to stop recording, then we're just going to have to ask you to leave. Instead, he wanted to play hardball and arrest these kids when no crime was committed.
Permission from the mall management. You don't have that permission. The representative of the mall told you you're not supposed to record. How many times did you tell them that they had to leave? Because you guys didn't listen. That's why you're going to jail now. Whatever you guys need. I mean, you guys would have just left after he told you to leave, then you guys would have been fine.
Yeah, so crazy thing about that is we actually did go to leave. Cop from Cloudy with a chance of meatballs here stopped us. And it's very apparent that there's a lot of confusion here of what happened. So let's just take a look at what the official police report has to say. Sergeant Cortez gave defendant and co-defendant multiple loud verbal commands to stop their actions and to exit the property. It's so weird because he's the one that physically and forcefully made us stay. So
You guys don't want to listen to what I didn't even get to explain. You guys just want to talk, all of you, the other guys too, and continue your activity. That's very disrespectful. So I felt disrespected. And then now you ended up yourself in this predicament. So just because you guys didn't want to listen, that's it. And the mall is well within our right to do what we did and stop and all that. So it's all legit. Trust me.
We didn't have a chance to walk out.
Say yes, thank you. All right, that's it.
What Cortez just said pretty much sums up the spark that ignites many of the police abuse of power cases that we've seen over the years.
That's very disrespectful. So I felt disrespected. And then now you ended up yourself in this predicament.
Translation, I cuffed you and we're about to cage you. Not because you broke the law, but because you hurt my feelings. My feelings are fragile and I'm very insecure. That's not law enforcement. That's respect my authority enforcement.
Well, I don't think you guys saw it. About 9 or 10 cop cars, no exaggeration, pulled up for a YouTuber and a fake Drake. Okay. Well, I'm going to.
Oh, never mind. Don't say anything.
He was just staring. He was like raising his eyebrows at me.
Oh, with the sergeant guy?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, no, it's better.
You good, big guy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm comfortable, but we're good. Thank you.
We're almost done.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, my arms hurt.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not made for comfort. We're almost done.
Thank you. So once he fucks up our life, now he's a good cop.
Well, guys, here we are.
You guys like it? You guys like it?
Drake, if you're watching, please deal with my attorney fees because I was trying to run through the 6 with you, and well, this is how it ended. I've been listening to you since like 5th grade. Bro, we're gonna be on a TikTok edit page, like an audit. That's what we're gonna be. No, I'm serious.
If you guys are gonna be in this world of recording and recording this, recording that, and being stupid, learn the policies of all the places you're gonna be stupid. Learn about the police department. Yeah, we can fuck around as long as we don't get caught, whatever. The minute we get caught, they tell us to leave, we leave, bro. And that's it. No.
Well, we have the video, so we're gonna post it anyways, and it's gonna show.
And better give a.
What?
No. Video of what, bro?
Of us leaving. We were leaving, and then the cop, he all mad. He like hold them back when we were leaving the store. We were leaving like towards the exit, and that's it. He grabbed them.
I think they're sitting there like, yeah, woo, got some fucking criminals off the street today, boys. Like,
well, we're gonna impound them.
They're like laughing, emoting. Who arrested us? Emoted on us. Put us in a broken AC car. Still emoting on us. Help! Help!
Bro, like they look at us, they probably just think we're fucking killers.
You guys just fucked up.
Oh, do not enter.
Hey, this is a law enforcement vehicle.
Hell yeah. Do not enter y él entra.
No, don't start staring. I've been nice to you, bro. Don't start staring up stuff on me.
In other words, if you start pointing out that I'm breaking the law, I'm going to make your life difficult. Just proving further that all cops are the same.
So, if you want me asking, could you explain like what the charges are?
I think you guys just got charged with resisting without. So practically, you guys were told to leave, and you guys didn't leave.
Okay, cool. We're going to jail for resisting arrest without violence. But you see, that's so weird because at first I thought it was
trespass after warning.
No. No, maybe it's
failure to obey a law, Florida.
See, honestly, guys, personally, I don't know about you, but it's almost like they were just hopping like from charge to charge to charge to charge just to try to find anything that they could put on us. And the funny thing is, like, for disorderly conduct, you have to do this. We didn't even do that.
You go stand by the.
I don't look like an actor.
I'm seeing the same thing. Like from Jumanji?
Yeah, I can't
like the whole Jumanji.
I don't think so.
So another couple victims from another police department spends another couple nights in jail and has another court appearance simply because another couple cops decided to violate their oath of office to let freedom ring. I'll leave the original video link in the description below. If you visit Fred, let him know Here's the Deal sent you and would like to interview him about his experience with the Sweetwater, Florida Police Department. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
And unless they raided somebody's house and they found the documents there, I mean, a building like the FBI, you just conveniently found them somewhere.
Well,
I mean,
he said it. He hit the nail on the head. It's one of three things: either the people who did this in that particular office is really inept, hard R retarded, or this is, like you said, a beacon of BS. Or number three, somebody in there during the Biden administration was like, "Hey, this is not cool," and hid the bag.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, when you have something like burn bags, I assume, like you were saying, I don't know,
the
sensitive documents in there.
They're scheduled. It's all, they're all scheduled.
I assume there's more than just one person going from office to office saying, "I'm going to take this burn bag." It's a group of people, so you have checks and balances. You have everything in a digital notepad saying, "Was this burn bag burned? Yep. Was this burn? Yep.
Well, they test that out. They test that stuff out, and whether it's burn bag or shred, everybody's got burn bags or shred bags or whatever. They task it out for a company to come in all at once and just get rid of all the documents in that particular building. I had shred documents and burn bags too when I was a government employee. So I mean, it's not uncommon for those bags to get, I mean, good sized. You know, it's really not uncommon.
All right. All right, let's hear what Tulsi has to say. Then we got to get into this Pelosi freaking out over this, trying to get congressmen and women from being able to trade stocks. If you think that should be stopped, comment yes or no in the chat right now. But let's listen to Tulsi real quick. Let's go.
So Fox News had an exclusive that said Kash Patel found thousands of sensitive documents related to the origins of the Trump-Russia probe buried in multiple burn bags in secret rooms inside the Bureau. What's a burn bag?
A burn bag is something that you'll find
what a burn
in
bag
many
is. Skip ahead a
offices
little
throughout
bit.
the intelligence classified. I read it, I review it, I'm done with it. My copy can then go in the burn bag to make sure that it's not doesn't end up in the wrong hands, that there's not an unauthorized disclosure of classified information. It's a very different story, however, if you use a burn bag to try to get rid of evidence of which maybe there is only one copy of, and then hide it in a secret room in the FBI. That is a tactic, obviously, that has been used by those deep staters, these bad actors within the intelligence community to try to get rid of evidence. Another tactic that's often used is over-classifying information. This is what happened with the Steele dossier. This was already widely publicized as a discredited document. But what John Brennan did and James Clapper did as the CIA director and the Obama's director of national intelligence, they didn't want anybody to know that they used the Steele dossier as a source for this intelligence assessment that was filled with falsehoods they published in January of 2017, as well as other really, really shoddy intelligence sources that would not be acceptable to be used on any topic because they were not deemed credible. They wanted to hide all of this from members of Congress, perhaps, who were reading this, and the American people, and President Trump, then President-elect Trump at that time. And so they over-classified it in a way that there were less than 10 people who could access it. Jeez. And then they locked up the only hard copy documents. This document did not exist on digits. The document that actually exposed, this was the document that we released. Right. They locked that document up and the 5 copies that existed in a safe. And the first time it had been seen, certainly in public, but even by many within the government, was when we released it about a week ago.
Interesting. All right. So Tulsi Gabbard there giving a little more information on further corruption they've seen, that the normal protocols, as she said, was the official document remains digitalized in all the cloud services and everything.
Oh, good morning, Bill. Yeah,
it is. And all the copies that people reviewed. We don't have to play this. This is actually kind of dumb. Trump just doesn't hear what they say the right way. It's actually not relevant. And then the copies go in the burn bag. Mm-hmm. But what the Biden administration was doing is they were taking the only copies of all these reports that were showing bad things that they were doing. They were putting them in the burn bag to try to get rid of them. All right. So Donald Trump wants to stop members of Congress from being able to do inside trading. I 100% support this. If you support our president in this, let's get some American flags going in the chat. I think it is an amazing idea. Let's find out who really wants to serve the people again when you remove their ability to get rich while doing it. Here's Jake Tapper, and Jake Tapper's a piece of garbage. He sucks. He wrote a freaking book on how he covered up and helped the Biden freaking autopilot scandal, auto pen scandal, all the above. But anyway, Jake Tapper actually pushes Nancy Pelosi on this, and she loses her mind because she's drunk on cognac and Robitussin, the Mississippi Moonshake, as we call it. That's her drink of choice. Let's play it.
Nancy Pelosi became rich.
Why do you have to read that? We're here to talk about the 60th anniversary of Medicaid. That's what I agreed to come to talk about.
But I
wanted what that means in the election.
I wanted to give you a chance just to respond. He accused you of insider trading. What's your response to that?
That's ridiculous. In fact, I very much support the trading of members of Congress. Not that I think anybody's doing anything wrong. If they are prosecuted and they go to jail. But
I bet you do. You know what? Pause. First of all,
it's really easy to say that when you've already made billions.
When you're 100 years old,
yeah,
and you're going to die soon, and your net worth. Look up Nancy. Hang on, I'm going to do Nancy Pelosi.
I'll show it to you right
now.
now. Okay, so listen, you go on and tell me how this ain't fishy. So there's an app, all right, and I've got it on my phone. It's called Autopilot. All right, all you have to do is take this app called Autopilot, and literally Nancy Pelosi tracker is right here at the top of this app. You click on her, and it will only buy, sell, trade when she does. And just FYI, over the last 12 months, Nancy Pelosi's portfolio is plus 40%.
She's worth $260 million on a salary. I believe it's like $180-something thousand a year salary. Plus,
it's not possible.
Plus, it's $180-something thousand a year salary, but she's got to fly across the country. So she's got to have a house in California, and she's got a place to stay in Washington, D.C. I can speak from experience. My apartment, when I was out there full-time helping the Pentagon, was $5,000 a month. Okay. So you make $180,000 a year before taxes. Just one of your things is $5,000 a month just for an apartment in DC. This chick is worth $260 million. Nah, no way, no how. I bet you do support it. I bet you do support it now because you made your money. I bet you do.
Exactly.
I bet you do support it. All right, let's go. Let's keep going here. Surprisingly, GOP Senator Josh Hawley and President Trump are at odds here. President Trump just absolutely nuked GOP Senator Josh Hawley over, quote, blocking a review of Nancy Pelosi's stock trading. Quote, why would one, in quotations, Republican, Senator Josh Hawley from the great state of Missouri, join with all the Democrats to block a review sponsored by Senator Rick Scott and with the support of almost all other Republicans of Nancy Pelosi's stock trading over the last 25 years. The information was inappropriately released just minutes before the vote, very much like sabotage. The Democrats, because of our tremendous achievements and success, have been trying to target me for a long period of time, and they're using Josh Hawley, who I got elected twice, as a pawn to help them. I wonder why Hawley would pass a bill that Nancy Pelosi is in absolute love with. He is playing right into the dirty hands of the Democrats. It's a great bill for her and her, quote, husband, but so bad for our country. I don't think real Republicans want to see their president, who has had unprecedented success, targeted because of the whims of a second-tier senator named Josh Hawley. Why would Josh Hawley
don't make
block?
no sense.
Why would Josh Hawley block?
Could it be that Josh Hawley is in with it with Nancy Pelosi getting insider trading? And
Could it be he doesn't want her stocks looked into and her trading looked into because maybe, and I'm not saying this is happening, but maybe his stock investments mirror Nancy Pelosi's. What do you think? Do you think Josh Hawley is in it on the insider trading? Comment yes or no. I do have to say that we now know for a fact that there are people that do not want this to happen. Our good friend, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, had this to say about being pressured about not passing any kind of stock trading stuff. Listen to this.
So it actually was not brought through the House yet. I'm currently trying to do a discharge petition because Congress has continuously messaged on this but refused to actually bring a bill to the floor that would actually force members to vote on it. Hawley has his own version, and I frankly believe if you want to be a stock trader, get into a different career field, but don't do it in Congress. And so, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm taking a lot of heat, not just from my own party, but we're going to see it from the other side. And I'm ready to name names. So you either put it on the ground and let us vote on it, or you can, continue to lie to the American people on your position on thinking that you should defend insider trading when everyone knows it's bipartisan, it's bicameral, it needs to stop.
Well, name names right now. Who is it? Is it the speaker?
I can tell you that I got a lot of pushback from leadership, and not just leadership in itself, but I actually received calls from other members of Congress saying that, what we were doing was going to hurt people. I was also told that I was putting the Republic in jeopardy because I was going to cost us the midterms if I brought this to the floor. And what I will tell you is what I'm trying to do is actually save the Republic. And so if you think that that's the biggest problem that we have in this country, maybe you shouldn't be in a leadership position.
Man, that is a mouthful right there, dude.
This dang chair, bro, right?
We got to get you another chair.
Okay, so Anna goes on there and says that she was cornered by leadership. And I've been to Anna's office. I know what it looks like. Like the way the Congress layouts are in office, when they go into your office, you're cornered, man. There's no getting.
Okay, looks like we're okay.
As a price, and everybody is potentially corruptible. I don't care.
And
who
that's
you are.
why, we need term limits. So it's just like in the military. If you don't make a certain rank by a certain time,
goodbye.
You're out.
You're out.
Okay, so let's do. I think it should be 12 and 12. So you can do 2 senator runs. So that's 12 years, and then you can do 6 congressional terms. That's 12 years. So boom, there you go. 12 and 12 across the board. You can only do 2 terms as president. That's 8 years. Maybe I think that's how you do it, and then you figure it out real quick. Anyway, all right, that's all we got for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit the repost button, and leave us a comment.
Wait a minute, she said he pulled because I'm asking for him.
Yeah, it's a lawful use of a horn.
This hardworking blue-collar guy is sitting in a traffic light in his neighborhood, almost home from a 14-hour workday as a welder. He's waiting. He has his blinker on. He's ready to turn. Finally, the light changes, but then the car in front of him does nothing. It doesn't move. Apparently, the driver's not paying attention. So he does what any of us would do. He honked his horn. But there's a problem. The driver in front of him is a police officer. Having a horn briefly tooted at him hurt his feelings, so he began to harass and irritate. He basically followed him home, and when he got there, he jumps out of his police cruiser, body cam on, and confronts this guy for alleged unlawful honking.
Yeah, this is harassment, bro.
You're on a lawful traffic stop. Also, you're parked more than 12 inches from the curb. All right, that's fine. I'm going to tow your car because you're more than 12 inches from the curb.
When the man rightfully complains that he's being harassed,
That's not a crime.
It's an unlawful use of your car.
That's not a crime.
That is a crime.
the police officer waits for his buddies to arrive, and then when they do arrive, together they violently arrest this guy, throw him in the back of the cop car, and take him to jail.
As a police officer, you will be given great power. Use it wisely. Congratulations. Thank you.
This incident occurred on July 19th, 2024 in Troy, New York. Specifically, it happened at this intersection. Matthew was on his way home. He had just worked a 14-hour day as a welder. He's almost home. He's sitting at a red light. His left blinker is on. There's only one vehicle in front of him at the light, and that was Officer Taylor Gamache of the Troy Police Department, sitting there in a marked police cruiser, sitting at this light on 3rd Street facing south. He was stopped at a red light. He did not have a blinker on. Matthew was in his car, stopped directly behind Officer Gamache, intending to turn left onto Madison Street, where he lives. Unfortunately, Officer Gamache was apparently occupied with something in his vehicle, and he didn't notice when the light turned green. After waiting a bit, Matthew sees that Officer Gamache has not perceived that the light turned green, so Matthew gave what he described as a brief toot on his vehicle's horn. Although Officer Gamache did not have his left turn signal on, as New York law requires, he thereafter, after the toot, he turns left. Ostensibly because after the toot, he noticed that Matthew's left turn signal was on. So the officer turns left. Seeing this, Matthew became afraid that he was going to suffer retaliation. So he then turns his left signal off and proceeds straight to take another route home, because now he's starting to get afraid, well, something is going to happen to him. Officer Gamache then circles the area, eventually re-encountering Matthew as Matthew pulls in front of his home. Because there was an unrelated vehicle in front of Matthew's home, and because the garbage cans were in the street obstructing where he was going to park, Matthew was forced to park more than 12 inches from the curb in order to retrieve his garbage cans. It was his intention to move the garbage cans out of the road and then to properly park his vehicle. As he was doing so, Officer Gamache approaches in his marked Troy police vehicle, purportedly intending to make a vehicle and traffic stop. But in reality, he was harassing Matthew because Officer Gamache was offended and annoyed by the short toot that Matthew had given him with his vehicle's horn.
It's not harassment.
It's under tow traffic.
447 Madison Williams. Lincoln Charles 8866. All right, come on over here. Come on over here.
447 Madison, Lincoln Charles 8866 in Dallas, New York.
New York.
Follow me around that whole block.
That's right, sir. You're unlawfully using your horn.
You are harassing me at this point.
Do you know what harassment is?
This is harassment.
It's not harassment.
Yes, it is. You follow me.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're not going to be compliant, you're going to be detained.
Okay. For what reason?
Because you're not being compliant.
It's obvious that this hardworking guy feels like he's being harassed. He knows that he's done nothing wrong, and he knows that this police officer is abusing his authority to get back at him in this really childish way that he can only do because of the virtue of the fact that he's a police officer in that jurisdiction. And you know, it was only in July of 2021 that Taylor Gamache was sworn in as a police officer by the mayor of Troy, New York, who gave this speech about this noble calling that Taylor was entering, where now he was going to potentially sacrifice himself to protect and serve his community.
You are not just starting a new job, you are answering a calling to serve. Today you will join a police department that ranks among the best. The balance, the judgment, and the discretion that will be required of you is of a scale that few outside the profession can comprehend or match. You will train hard and you will work hard in the heat of summer and the cold of winter. You will put yourself in dangerous situations and make personal sacrifices. We view policing as a noble profession, and we are committed to working with you, the department leadership, and the community to create an environment of mutual respect and safety for all. As a police officer, you will be given great power. Use it wisely. You will be a leader in the community. Act nobly. Thank you for your service.
The mayor gave him the oath of office, where he took this oath. Here it is.
Are you ready to take the oath of office? Taylor, we'll start with you. Taylor, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Taylor Gamache.
I, Taylor Gamache.
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and to faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
and to faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in Troy, New York.
in Troy, New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's continue with the body cam footage showing him protecting and serving his community in an empathetic way and completely disregarding the Constitution of the United States.
Come over here. I'm not going to tell you again. He's not coming out here.
Call your commanding officer, please.
Come over here.
This is harassment, bro.
Come over here.
No, I just came home from work.
You're on a lawful traffic stop.
Unlawful traffic stop.
You're on a lawful traffic stop. Okay? Also, you're parked more than 12 inches from the curb. Okay, come over here.
I'm moving my garbage can so I can pass my car.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to tow your car because more than 12 inches from the curb. Is this your vehicle?
I don't have to answer no questions.
Is this your vehicle?
I don't have to. Excuse me.
No, you decided you want to get out of the car.
Excuse me.
No, sir.
Excuse me.
Stop. You're not going back.
Again, this is harassment. This is harassment.
Enough.
I need to talk to your superior, please.
Enough.
Can you please call your
Do
superior?
you have a driver's license?
Can you please call your superior?
Do you have a driver's
Can you
license?
please call your superior?
Do you have a driver's license?
Can you please call your superior?
Do you have a driver's license?
Can you please call your superior?
He's not going to come out here for
Can you
this.
please call your superior?
It's a
Whoever's
lawful
in charge.
traffic stop.
Can you please
Okay.
call your
You
superior?
need to provide your license
No,
to me.
I did not commit a crime.
You did. You committed
No,
a
I
traffic
did not.
violation.
That's not a crime.
It's an unlawful use
That's
of your
not
horn.
a crime.
That is a crime.
That is not a. I know my. That's
What's
not
your
a
laws?
crime.
What's your laws? Tell me. You want to play this game?
Can you please
We
call
can
your
play this
commanding
game.
officer?
We can play this
Can
game
you
if you want.
please call your commanding officer?
Is this your vehicle?
Can you please call your commanding officer?
You don't want to identify yourself. You're going to go to jail.
No, that's unlawful.
It's not
That's
unlawful.
abusing my rights.
I have a lawful
I did not
reason to
commit a
stop
crime.
you.
Did not commit a crime.
Yep. You said you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
said
You just
you
said
were
I did. I
you were
didn't.
doing what?
I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, now
I
you're
didn't
saying
commit
you
a
didn't
crime.
you
I
didn't
never said I committed
you didn't
a crime.
unlawfully use your horn.
No, I did not unlawfully use my horn. You
Okay.
said I unlawfully used my horn.
You
I
did.
told you I did not.
And you
then
said
started
I
to
was
lie. Then you
beeping.
started to lie to me right here about what the color of
No.
the light was. Yeah. Excuse me, officer, so I can go home and enjoy my day, please.
Well, the way that this goes is completely dependent on you.
Please call your
If
commanding
you want to
officer.
act this way, then it's going to go a
Please
certain
call
way.
I'm a
How you doing?
taxpaying citizen. Please call
A
your
lawful
commanding
traffic stop.
officer.
Who's this gentleman to you?
I did nothing.
Okay.
I did nothing.
So he's on lawful traffic stop, and
All
he's
I-
going to talk himself
I didn't
into
do
handcuffs
no
because he
unlawful
doesn't want to
traffic
identify
stop,
himself,
babe.
and he's going to be difficult.
I
So,
kept going. He
if
tried
you
to
want
stop
to,
me.
if you want to
Followed
talk some
me.
sense into him,
This
that'd be
dude
great.
followed me around the whole block. He followed me. He's harassing me right now.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to say,
Oh, am I not allowed to follow people?
Because now I moved my trash can. Exactly.
I'm not mad at
And
all.
he said, oh, the light was red. That's no, it was green.
You-
I'm sitting there.
I'm gonna go because I got a bridal shower now.
Yeah. Andrew parked in the middle of the street.
I hope
Thank you. I'm glad I had a witness to that.
they incorrect.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay. It's got nothing to do with that.
Exactly. Yes, it has everything to do with
I
it.
don't
Just stop
care
me
that
for that,
you
bro.
beat.
Can I get your commanding officer, please?
I don't care that you
Can you
beat.
call your commanding officer, please? Thank you. Can you please, what's your name, sir? Deputy Warren.
Hey, what's up,
Deputy
Warren?
Can you please call your commanding officer, Deputy Warren?
He's with the county.
She's
Okay.
a witness. She said he pulled him
Because I'm asking for him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's unlawful use of a horn.
So this witness pulls up, who is apparently third in line at the same traffic light, witnessed the whole thing. She pulls up and she says she saw Matthew honk at the officer, and then the officer pulled him over. Officer Gamache admits several times that the purported reason for the stop, if you want to call it a stop, was this alleged unlawful honking. So I got a copy of the actual police report, and this is what Officer Gamache wrote as far as his alleged reason for the stop. On the above date, time, and location during routine patrol, I directly observed Mr. Edwards operating the above vehicle while he used his horn improperly by sounding the horn in a manner, which is misspelled, other than a reasonable warning of an emergency. A traffic stop was conducted, and Edwards got out of the car and started walking away from a uniformed officer. Well, that's not actually how it happened, was it? By the time the officer pulled up, Matthew was already out of his car and messing with his trash cans. but the officer wrote it in such a way as when a judge would look at it later, or a police chief, or a mayor, or anyone, if they would read that, he's alleging something much different. You have this traffic stop, Matthew was pulled over, and then he just walks away from the traffic stop and disregards the officer's commands. When what really happened was the officer got his feelings hurt, that he got honked at, he drove around the block, and then he pulled up to Matthew's residence after Matthew had already gotten out of his car and was in the process of moving his trash cans. And as for this allegation that there is some crime in New York called unlawful honking, this is essentially a generic equipment violation charge, section 375(1)A. It merely says this, and you tell me if this applies. Every motor vehicle operated or driven upon the public highways of the state shall be provided with adequate brakes and steering mechanism in good working order and sufficient to control such vehicle at all times when the same is in use, and a suitable and adequate horn or other device for signaling, which horn or device shall produce a sound sufficiently loud to serve as a danger warning, but shall not be used other than as a reasonable warning, nor be unnecessarily loud or harsh. So New York law requires you to have a horn. It's required to be sufficiently loud so as to warn of potential danger, but also saying that it shall not be used other than as a reasonable warning, nor can it be unnecessarily loud or harsh. Well, reasonable warning of what? Perhaps a warning that a car is sitting in the middle of moving traffic and not moving. Warning that car of danger because he's sitting at a green light, not moving. Putting himself in danger and putting other members of the community in danger, I honked at you for your safety and mine. Could we think of a scenario where you could commit a honking crime? Sure, you could have one of these boat horns on your truck, or you could just drive through somebody's neighborhood blaring on your horn just to be obnoxious. Is there anything remotely close to those scenarios here? No, it's just a general equipment violation that's being misused here. I don't think reasonable suspicion for the initial detention even exists.
I just moved my trash can so I can park. Please do not touch me.
You're being detained.
No, I'm not. I did not commit a crime.
Watch out.
I did not commit a crime.
Come here.
Do not touch me, sir. I did not commit a crime.
Okay.
I know, because he's been following me around the whole block. I did not commit a crime, sir. Do not touch me. This is unlawful. Put your hands behind your back. What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for? My hands are doing that. I can't even do it. Put your hands behind your back. You're on me. I can't put my hands behind my back if you're on your stomach. I can't. I can't. I can't. He's on my arm. I can't. Yo, bro, what are y'all doing this for? Again, this is unlawful. I'm not arresting. This is unlawful, bro. Can I get your commanding officer? Can I get? Stop. What do you mean? You're on my pelvis. You're on my pelvis.
Stop resisting.
You're on my pelvis. I'm not resisting. You're on my pelvis.
Stop moving.
Because you're on my pelvis.
Stop moving.
Bro, you're on my pelvis.
Stop moving.
I'm not. Yo, you're going to break my arm.
Stop
I'm not
moving.
moving. You're on my pelvis. Bro, you're on my pelvis. Can you please get off my pelvis?
Stop
Bro,
moving.
can you please get off my... I'm not resisting. Get off my pelvis. That's all I'm asking you. Damn. Fuck, why y'all on my pelvis, bro? God damn. Yo, come on, bro. You're doing too much. Stop what?
I told you.
You told me what? Bro, don't put my hat on. Told me what? You did this because you was a... Yo, bro. I'm not, bro. Can you call your commanding officer? Please. Yes. You recording this? You see him shaking his head? Get their names. I'm gonna get their names. All of that. Y'all doing this for no reason. Bro, what are y'all doing this?
Why are you fighting?
Why are you doing this?
Stop.
Why are you doing this?
Stop. Stand up.
Lieutenant who?
Stand up.
Gamanchi?
Put your foot on.
Why are you doing this? Bro, why are you doing this?
Listen, we're gonna stand
I'm asking you, why are you doing this? I'm asking you, this is super tight. This is super tight,
Okay,
bro.
we're gonna help you. Stop.
No, release. Bro, this is super tight. Man, bro, my left hand.
Okay, we're gonna help you. Stop.
You're not helping me. You're making it worse. You're making it worse.
Stop.
The fuck? I'm telling you, my left hand. I'm not resisting. You're pushing me.
Stop.
You're pushing me.
Stop.
Fuck.
Stop.
Yeah, can you release some of the cup on my left hand? I am asking you, please.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one time and one time only.
It's cutting my wrist.
Listen.
I'm asking you to please release some of the tension.
Listen to me. Listen. Stop talking.
My rights.
Listen.
Yes, you are. You're violating my rights. Ah, my left hand. My left hand.
I'm fixing them for you.
You're cutting it closer.
He's fixing it for you.
He's not.
Stop screaming.
Dang, that shit hurt.
Stop.
The fuck are y'all doing this for? What's the reason? Why am I being arrested? I have no answer.
There you go.
Obstruction of what?
Yep.
Of what?
I told you what.
To do what? For what reason?
You taught yourself.
What was the reason?
Silly.
What was the reason? Again, I didn't commit a crime. There's no crime here.
Sit down.
There's no crime here.
Sit down.
What precinct am I going to? What precinct am I going to so she knows? Excuse me?
Put your feet in.
Y'all doing this for no reason, bro. This shit is corny. Real shit.
Listen.
Don't go in my pockets.
Stop.
Don't go in my bag. Let my girl. Don't. Yo, bro.
Stop.
Bro.
Stop.
Bro, you violating my rights. You violating my rights.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Obstruction.
Of what? Obstruction of what? Again, no answer.
You knew your laws, I thought.
Obstruction of what?
I thought you knew your laws.
Obstruction of what? What am I obstructing? Exactly. You have no answer for that. You have no answer. You have no answer.
You told me. You
I
said
asked
you
you
know
to
your
call your
laws.
commanding officer, and y'all all told me no. Right? I'm a taxpaying citizen.
You're gonna
and I asked
me
for your
too.
commanding officer.
Me too.
And you told me that you can't.
Me too.
Again, that's saying that you can't do it.
You're a
No, it's
taxpaying
saying that you
citizen?
can't do it, right?
I'm also
Exactly.
a taxpaying citizen.
You work for me when you're working
Crazy.
underneath that badge.
I work for myself,
No,
actually.
you don't.
'Cause I pay
No, you
taxes.
don't. That guy's a hardworking guy. And the lady.
I'm also a hardworking guy. He talked himself in handcuffs. This could have went a totally different way. I could have given him a verbal warning. He decided he wanted to do this. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. Nobody said he's a bad guy.
But he don't give you permission to search his vehicle.
I'm towing it, so I have to inventory the car
Why are you towing his
so
vehicle?
that nothing is missing.
You don't have to tow it.
It's parked more than 12 inches from the curb.
His car is right here,
Okay.
in front of his house. Oh my God! You don't have to tow his
He
vehicle.
parked like this. That's not my fault. Can you step up on the sidewalk?
Yeah, but you don't have to tow this vehicle.
Can you step up on the sidewalk, please?
This is
See.
like I don't.
See? I don't understand why we're acting like this. Ma'am, for the third time, I'm going to ask you to go back up
No,
on the
I know.
sidewalk.
I'm just looking.
No, you're walking
to see-
right towards the
No,
car.
I'm actually just looking to see how far it is.
Look on that side. Look on that side.
I know he can't tow it, but he's trying to tow it. He's trying to tow it.
If you feel like it, you don't have anything going on.
What are you doing?
Get out of the car. All right, you're going to jail now, too. Get out. Come on. Get out of the car.
All right, I'm getting out. Don't
Get out of the car.
I'm getting out. Don't pull me. I'm coming out right now. Look, I'm coming out. Don't pull me.
You're going to jail now, too. Good job. That was stupid. That was dumb.
No, it's not. You can't tow his vehicle.
You can. And all right. Now we are.
Like my keys.
Are you good? Yeah, I'm good.
Why would you do that?
Because why would you tow the car over a parking ticket?
All right, we're going with that car.
This is crazy.
You literally just did that to yourself.
No,
That
I
was
did.
dumb. You did.
You can't. First of all, why
You
are you
absolutely
towing the car?
did.
He just said you can't tow the car. How you towing the car?
Who said I can't? Oh, I forgot. He said I can. Yeah, that's right. And you also beat too.
I didn't beat.
Yes, you did.
If she beat, why you didn't do this to her?
Because she drove away.
I don't understand why she can't just take my car.
Look, you just told her to get in it. Now she's going to jail.
I know that. I know. I'm gonna get a lawyer.
Let's see.
Oh God!
You all right? You need somebody to get your pants?
No, I'm fine. Bro, why are you towing my car? Why are you towing my car? And she's right there to,
Listen,
just to take
I
it,
need
bro.
you to chill.
Come on, bro, you doing too.
I need you to chill.
I don't
Because
like
now
how you handling that, man.
I've been nothing but calm with you.
I have been too.
You haven't. You've been like this.
No, I got like this when you started.
What is your first name?
Bro, I got like
What is
this.
your
Let
first
me
name?
finish, please.
No, what is your first name?
Again, I did not commit a crime.
Okay.
I did not commit a crime. No reason for you to tow my car. It's right in front of my property.
What's your name, sir?
I did not commit a crime.
What is your name?
I did not commit a crime. I did nothing wrong here, bro.
What hole is on one you guys have for cars?
I did not commit a crime. Bro, can you lower the window down for her too? Because I know inside of that car is probably fucking hot. Please and thank you.
Rick, you got a tow sheet?
Yeah, like he didn't do nothing wrong.
I wouldn't listen to him because he already got
I didn't commit a crime.
Crazy.
As Matthew watches from the back seat of the police car where he's handcuffed, he watches Officer Gamache then have his car towed from his home where it does not need to be towed from, basically just to be a Perhaps this is what the mayor was talking about when he said to use your power wisely when you're out serving the community. No doubt one of the reasons why he's towing the vehicle is because then that entitles him to do an inventory search of the car, allegedly to check to make sure that there's not valuables in there. So he's collecting and inventorying and protecting the valuables that belong to Matthew. No, he's treating Matthew not like the hardworking welder that he is. He's assuming that he's a criminal in possession of illegal drugs, and that's what he's doing. He's looking for illegal drugs. He's even opening over-the-counter medications that he finds, just in the hope that he can jam him up on some illegal drug charge.
No.
Of course, he finds nothing, but
No.
he's still triumphantly having
No.
that car towed. From the
No.
home where this car is even parked in the Google Earth satellite imaging of this property.
Man, y'all doing
So listen,
grimy
I
shit.
need your information because if not,
Grimy shit,
you're
bro.
not gonna be able to
I don't
return
know
your
why
car.
you are towing my car in front of my house. You seen exactly what I was
Because
doing.
you're under arrest.
For what?
For obstruction.
Of?
And you're getting the unlawful use of a horn.
What? How is
That's
I'm
literally-
using a
Literally,
How?
I told you from the get-go, right?
Bro, you got mad because I beat you.
I'm not mad at all.
That's why you said unlawful use of my horn. You got mad
Why
because
am
I
I mad?
beat you. You lied to me in my face and said the light was red. I have a witness that said the light was green, and she
The
was
light
there.
was red and then it turned green.
She
yes.
no, it wasn't
And I was
red.
looking both ways down the
light
roadway.
was green.
Okay.
So that means the pedestrians have the right to stop because they cannot walk because we have the right of way to go.
Okay.
You came to a complete stop. I just told you, the light is
Okay.
green. You got mad, bro, and you
was there any
followed me.
emergency?
Yes, I'm coming home.
That's
I
not
have
an
to.
emergency.
What do you mean? You don't know what I have to do
Okay.
in my house.
If you should have called 911 if you had.
What do you mean?
emergency.
If that's the case, right? If that's the case,
So
you
listen,
should call.
I need to put the owner
I did
information
not
on here because if
have
not,
a crime
if
committed.
not,
Can you
you're not
please
gonna
call
be
your
able to pick up
commanding
your car.
officer?
Do you
Please
understand?
call your commanding officer.
They're not going to be able to release your car to you.
Please call your commanding officer. I
You're
did not commit a crime.
You're not going to be able to
I
retrieve
did
your
not
vehicle.
commit a crime.
Okay.
Come on, man. I did not commit a crime.
You're not going to be able to retrieve your vehicle.
Bro, I did not commit a crime.
Okay.
Please call your commanding officer.
I'm just going to let you know that I believe
Please
it's like,
call your commanding officer.
It's like $25 a day.
Please
over there.
call your commanding officer.
Plus the like 200, I think.
Please call your commanding officer. I have a witness who said it.
Yep. It just so happens that that witness knows you, right?
I don't know that lady.
Yeah, she do. Okay.
The lady behind me in the car sees everything. I know her. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
That makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
You just see my girlfriend asking for her number. How do I know her? Lies, bro. Throw me on the floor when I'm in the fucking.
You resisted. You resisted.
You threw me against the wall for 8 hours. Not my resistance against the officer.
You resisted.
Then you throw me on the floor. I'm telling you, I let go of my purpose. I didn't even do that. Stop grabbing me even tighter. I'm telling you, yo, I'm not resisting. So is it the driver? Just let go. I'm sitting right here. I can't do nothing.
When you're fighting with us, we're not going to let go.
Again, it's 3 of y'all, so most likely I was fighting each other.
Not at all.
I was laying there.
Well, the video's going to show everything. Don't worry about it.
Follow me.
I'm going to tell you one time.
Come on. Why did you?
Again,
that wasn't the
and this
thing.
is the last time
Why
I'm going to tell
did
you.
you follow me, bro?
Okay.
Around the whole block.
You committed a vehicle and traffic violation.
There was no vehicle and traffic violation, bro. You got mad because I beat my
horn. And then
horn
you
at
committed a parking violation.
What parking violation?
Okay.
What's a parking
You were
violation?
more than 12 inches from the curb.
I did not fully finish parking my car.
Okay.
I got out to move the trash can.
Did you leave your car running parked unattended?
No, because if I did, it would got stolen like it did last time.
Okay.
Okay, so why would I do that?
So you
my insurance company told me take out the keys out the car.
So you just parked your car?
No, I did not park my car.
All right. And then you committed the crime of obstruction when I told you to stop and you were trying to walk away from me.
What are you talking about? What was the crime?
At that point,
why were you? What was the
crime?
No, you said you I committed obstruction once I started walking away from you. So before I started walking away from you, what was the crime for you to start walking towards me? There was no crime.
You're continuously trying to walk away from me.
No. Again, before you just said I committed obstruction.
So then,
once I started walking away from you.
So then
what was the crime? No, you guys threw me against the wall.
That's what you're under arrest for.
You guys threw me against the wall.
Yeah, I did. You were pulling and pushing.
I put my hands up. Everybody see my hands was up. Everybody see my hands was up because you threw me against the wall.
Just because your hands are up.
I told you I did not commit a crime.
Okay.
What was the crime?
You can say it or you won't.
What was the crime?
Just like you say.
I told you that there.
Just like you say, I'm not resisting.
You just came up anything. You came up in your mind.
Resisting.
That fucking.
Okay. And then you took your old lady into jail. Well, now you can pay for her stuff too.
Just for a check. You should be ashamed of yourself, Lames.
What do you do for a check?
Shame. I'm an iron worker. I do construction. I build buildings. I don't sit
fantastic.
I don't sit in the office.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Me either.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. All right. That's why I'm out here with you.
That's not law.
Yep, you're right.
I'm a down freaking priest.
Funny. Okay, sir. All right, sir. Okay, sir. You're right, sir. You're right.
Throughout this entire incident, Officer Gamache is basically mocking Matthew in this weird passive-aggressive way, where he's pretending not to be upset, when the reality of the situation is he should be off somewhere doing actual police work, actually serving his community, rather than abusing his badge because he was offended and embarrassed because he was sitting at a green light, not paying attention. And for all of this officer's talk about the law, his lectures about all of the crimes committed by Matthew, you would think that Matthew ended up convicted of something, right? Wrong. All of the criminal charges against Matthew were dismissed. And last time I checked in America, Matthew was innocent until proven guilty. We all know that Matthew did not commit a honking crime. Gamache knew that. Matthew knew that. The witnesses knew that. The judge who dismissed the criminal charges knew that. And you damn sure know that the leadership at the Troy Police Department knows that. You know that the mayor knows that. Here you have documentation of this loser using his badge after taking an oath in front of his own mother that he would uphold the Constitution and serve his community. Here is documentation of him abusing his authority to essentially engage in road rage under color of law. Thankfully, a federal civil rights lawsuit was filed just a few days ago, and this incident is now starting to make it into the local TV news up there. But Officer Gamache is still on active duty. He hasn't been fired. He hasn't been suspended. And the city of Troy, whose mayor claims that they are some fine, trustworthy police department, is too cowardly to even comment on the fact that they basically kidnapped and wrongfully incarcerated and wrongfully charged a citizen. claiming that they can't comment because there's pending litigation. That's not true. Even you, Mayor, you are a public servant. When you do something wrong, you owe the public an explanation. Not only when your lawyers, your civil defense lawyers, tell you not to make a comment, you owe an explanation. So what can we do? The most important thing that needs to happen right now is the footage needs to continue to be shared. Don't let it fade away. Share this footage far and wide. I'm in contact with Matthew's lawyer, so hopefully I'll have an update. And you can follow with me by subscribing here and at my blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can follow me on X at John Bryan ESQ. At the link below, I'll post the lawsuit in its entirety, as well as the relevant contact information. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.
To defend my life, my family, and my way of life. I love America. I hate what these people are doing to it, and I just wish I could do something to stop it. These liberal Democrats are screwing us up so bad, we don't know whether we're coming or going. We need strong Republican men and women to step up, and I mean step up, and either run for Congress if they're legitimate, or just step up and speak and fight the shit going on in our country. It's our country. If you don't like it, go back to where you came from. I don't want you here.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't mind you here. If you're contributing to our country, I love it. But if you're not contributing, if you're just taking, get the F out, because we don't need you.
Whew, thank you so much for the call, Gail. I will hang up and give the guys time to respond. That was amazing. Thank you for that.
I just got to say one thing, Gail.
Okay.
I am absolutely in love with you. I think that was one of the most amazing calls or response I've ever had.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that might be we might have to clip that. I don't think there's anything for us to say. I think Gail nailed it on that. Like, there was a shout out to Gail in the chat.
And putting those two payments in your pocket and finally getting a little bit of breathing room. It's possible when you call American Financing today. Yes, indeed. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting those expenses on a credit card, and there doesn't seem to be a way out. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt. You need to call American Financing today before you get to a point where you can't make those payments. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and consolidate debt, all without upfront fees. And their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like $10,000 in a raise. It's fast. It's simple, and it really could save your budget this summer. Call now before it's too late. 888-879-6460. That's 888-879-6460. AmericanFinancing.net/Vince, NMLS number 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Hey, everybody. Yes, I'm traveling this week, but we have a great best of episode for you today, which includes a ton of great guests on Obamagate, digging into all of the ways the Obama administration truly was tyrannical and out of control. That's coming up. Also, just so you know, tomorrow there is going to be a live edition of Vince. The great Haley Karania is going to be guest hosting. Please tune in to watch Haley do her thing. She's so good. She'll be on with you live tomorrow. And then I'm back live next week, all week long from Silverlock Studios in Florida. Don't miss a moment. Great, as always, to be working with you, the best damn audience in media. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is addressing the nation right now from the White House press room. She just declared that a presidential daily brief that was supposed to be assembled on December the 9th of 2016 was aborted because it had concluded that, no, the Russians hadn't stolen the election at all. And guess which two presidents were about to be briefed on that subject before it was aborted? Here's Tulsi Gabbard a moment ago.
On December 5th of 2016, the FBI and ODNI gave the House Intelligence Committee its first post-election classified briefing. in which there was no mention of Putin aspiring to elect Trump by either agency. The Presidential Daily Brief, drafted on December 8th of 2016, stated that no Russian or criminal actors impacted vote counts. This document was pulled just hours before it was to be published due to quote-unquote new guidance. If it had been published, it would have been briefed to both President Obama and President-elect Donald Trump.
But it wasn't. In other words, President Trump would have known that the Obama administration did know that Russia didn't steal the election for Trump. For more on this, a man who got to see it all firsthand joins us now. General Mike Flynn, the former national security advisor to President Trump, joins us on the phone. Sir, good to have you with us today.
Thanks, Vince. Thanks for having me. And I appreciate all the coverage that you have given this story. It's monumental, Vince, the state of play for where the United States, and I don't think any listener would ever believe that our country would be in a place like this. But this is where we are. And now it's so disheartening. And I've known it. I've known it for a long, long time. I was at the fulcrum of it. I actually, after Trump appointed me as the national security advisor, before these states that you just mentioned, for your audience, I was reading. Once I was appointed, my clearances were already very high anyway because I led the DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency. And so I started reading the PDBs on a daily basis. Never once did I ever see any of this information. Not once. Not until we were briefed in January up at Trump Tower on the 6th of January. And one of the things that Tulsi, courageous Tulsi Gabbard has revealed, and this was revealed on Friday, was this now known 8 December meeting, which is a couple of days after this House Intel Committee briefing that they pulled this information from. So a couple of days later, from the 5th of December 2016, now in the 8th of December 2016, I think it was in the Oval Office, if I read the report correctly. This is really when Barack Obama, with Brennan and Comey and Clapper, Susan Rice was there, I believe. They basically then intentionally took what they knew to be a lie and they worked it into a conspiracy to then undermine a duly elected president of the United States. If this was Mike Flynn, let me just finish it because this is so important, Vince. If this was Mike Flynn as the DNI of the United States of America, now, saying all these things, the Democrats and the left, they would lose their minds and they go, "Oh, Flynn's just, he's being vindictive." This is Tulsi Gabbard, and I think she's probably still a registered Democrat, and I'm a big fan. I've known Tulsi since she first came into Congress years ago. And so I think that this is a masterful stroke by Trump and allowing this to be done the way it's being done. But I think that this is, it's just, you use the word disheartening. I'm not, it's worse than that for me because it really destroyed my family and my life and frankly hurt the country because it did not allow the country to have, and I'll speak for myself for a second, did not allow the country to have my skill set, which is significant, to be able to perform the duties as a national security advisor of the United States of America under President Donald J. Trump during his first term.
Well, General Flynn, as I understand your career, you can tell us. You were the head of the DIA. You were very concerned about the problems you had detected in the intel community. Your plan was to come in and to help reform and fix that intel community, and they had it out to get you because of that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's 100% right. My career going back before all this, I was down at U.S. Central Command, which ran the war in the Middle East and in Afghanistan, and I was down there, and then I rose up to the Pentagon, where I was working as basically the senior intelligence officer inside the Pentagon for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and then eventually I went over to the DIA. And when I went to the DIA, I actually did some extensive reforms over there, and those reforms that I created back in 2012, they still are in place because I worked on not only lines and boxes, but also the human resource components of it to be able to get people promoted fairly. That was kind of my thing, and also to make sure that intelligence was actually being created and not weaponized by the real experts, by the pros, as we are learning from Tulsi. The more she's saying, what she's saying is that the pros in the intelligence community, the analysts, really were saying this was a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
So I was doing that at DIA, and I had been doing it pretty much the second half of my career, and that was kind of what I was known for, Vince. When all of a sudden I get designated as a national security advisor, now I'm gonna, now I'm over the top really of all this intelligence and national security apparatus with the ear of the president, and I
Yes.
could do far more reform. So, you're right.
So now, with the benefit of hindsight, all of this declassification we're getting from Tulsi Gabbard, we know a bunch of really important things, including obviously that the Trump campaign, President Trump never colluded with the Russians on anything, that the Russians didn't actually have any sort of credible preference for President Trump to win the election. They weren't attempting to make that happen. There's no evidence to support that. That's crystal clear in all of the intelligence that's being released. In fact, what we found out today is that the Russians had derogatory information about Hillary that they didn't release. They could have if they wanted to use it against her, but they didn't. It was about her health and what bad shape she was in. And so with all of that in mind, I keep thinking about you in particular, General Flynn, because they concocted, meaning the left, the intel community, the Obama administration, they concocted a theory that you were involved in a collusion conspiracy, that you were guilty of one, and then they used the justice system to wreck your life. It kind of seems to me that all of the evidence of how corrupt they are, much of it can be found in the case against you.
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. And another important meeting that occurred, and it occurred in the Oval Office. Barack Obama led it. So now what we know that Tulsi has exposed, then there was another meeting on the 5th of January. During that meeting, Vince, and to your audience, during that meeting is the very famous, first we have to get Flynn, because remember, Obama told Trump, don't hire Flynn, and he did. So that in that 5 January meeting, which was the same group of people, Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Rice, Sally Yates was in there, that same group. During that meeting, they said, essentially, we must first get rid of Flynn, and then we can get rid of Trump. That we know that from evidence that we were able to pull out from my case, which was eventually dismissed, which most people don't realize. But
right.
So yeah, I mean, that's why there was why Mike Flynn? Why did they go after Flynn so hard? Well, they went after Mike Flynn so hard because there was no way in the world that any of this would have come to light, because it's total BS, as we now know. And you're right about the Hillary Clinton part. I mean, I can direct you to page 17 of the latest files that Tulsi released. It's incredible the amount of information that that the Russians had on Hillary Clinton's health. I mean, and that's normal. They normally study those types of things. But this is now essentially a conspiracy to overthrow a duly elected president of the United States by a former president, by his predecessor, right? I mean, it is just an incredible, I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words, which is a rare thing for me.
So seeing all of this, General Flynn, over the past few days, all of these revelations, you've always had a cool demeanor, even in the midst of all of the persecution you've endured. But have you found yourself enraged by anything you've read? Any of these discoveries? You look at it, you must be losing your mind over some of it.
Yeah, I mean, I it's upsetting, but I'm a forward-looking guy, Vince, because I learned that as a kid growing up, but also in my military experiences. Bad things are going to happen, and it's not that the bad thing happened. It's what do you do about it? And what I have tried to do about it over the years is I've tried to stay above it and just continue to pray, but also continue to fight in my own way for the truth to be exposed. I mean, I worked my tail off to get, as one component of trying to get Trump reelected. Thank God that he saved humanity. But I think we have to be now forward looking. I don't want to sit there and go, pat myself in the back that I was right, or vindictive or hateful or smart. I can't live like that. None of us should. We have to be forward looking, and we have to be strong now, because something is going to have to be done. There is going to have to be accountability, and that's up to our justice system to figure that out.
Okay, I want to ask you about that, but I just want to point out one last thing, which is like I marvel at the amount of self-control you have, because not only did they upend your life very meaningfully, they tried to destroy your son's life too. They threatened to hurt him if you didn't play by their rules. And I'm glad you're here still fighting it out on behalf of your country and your family. Let me ask you about accountability. Accountability clearly matters. I do sense in Tulsi Gabbard that she means it. She keeps saying she wants prosecutions. They're talking today about criminal referrals to the Justice Department. I sense in Kash Patel and Dan Bongino that they mean it. They've obsessed over this issue for years. There's no way that they're taking this lightly. Do you think Pam Bondi means it? Do you think that the Justice Department means it right now?
Well, I think that Pam is going to have to respond to the American people, because Donald Trump, President Donald J. Trump, is clearly responding to the American people, not just on this issue, but other issues. So I think that Pam doesn't have a choice. I think she's got good people around her that are good advisors within the Department of Justice. You just mentioned Kash and Dan, and she's got Harmeet over there, and I know Mac Warner's another one, Ed Martin's another one. These are people that Trump brought on into that team. What people need to realize, though, is that there's still an awful lot of people over there that are made in the image of Comey, or made in the image of Mueller, or made in the image of Derek Holder or Loretta Lynch. I mean, there's still a lot of people in the Department of Justice here in Washington, D.C. I'm here today, that are still in their likeness. And I know that they understand that. So Trump is going to have to be very smart, very shrewd, which he is, both. And he's going to have to work very closely with the intelligence community. And we now know, the American people now know, that we're being led, the U.S. intelligence community is being led by a tough, smart woman here. And that's a good thing. And so, to cut to the chase, there is going to have to be a formation of some type of task force that is going to have to consist of people that are not wedded to those inside of the DOJ. And I don't know whether that's somebody that has to come in from the outside, that's given the authority and the resources to do all these things. The other thing, and I'll shut up, Vince, is that the American people aren't going to wait. We're not going to wait for years of investigations. There is so much evidence that we already know from IG reports, from FOIA requests that have come out, my own case, from the Durham report, what Tulsi just gave us. The evidence is all there. I will say that, because I know this for a fact. There are whistleblowers that have gone forward to the DNI and to others in the DOJ, and these are not like some young analysts that witnessed something, from a distance. These are people that were directly involved, and some of them are very senior people. So that's a positive thing, and we're going to have to figure out, and Trump's going to have to do this in a very smart way. We're going to have to figure out how to move the country forward from this absolute disaster.
Big time.
And so, that's, if there's anything out there for people to do, it's pray for this president.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm praying. General Flynn, I'm praying for you too. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time today.
Yep. God bless, Vince. Thank you.
General Mike Flynn. More ahead on The Vince Show.
The Vince Show.
Also, thanks to Birch Gold. Really appreciate Birch Gold for being a great sponsor of the program. It's difficult for this administration to take all of our personal finances into account when they're trying to do what's right for the country. You've got to do that for yourself and for your family. And this is why tens of thousands of Americans are buying gold right now from Birch Gold. Here are the facts for you. Very straightforward. In the past 12 months, the value of gold has actually gone up by as much as 40%. Many central banks, they continue to bolster demand for that gold by buying it in record quantities. And global instability and tension, it could be the highest it's been in decades. But you can find peace of mind in gold. Birch Gold makes it extremely easy to convert an existing IRA or a 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or just buy some to store at home. Just text my name, Vince, to 989898. And Birch Gold is going to send you a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, only useful information. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, it's time for you to take control of your savings today. Just text the word Vince to 989898. Data and message rates apply. Our thanks to Birch Gold, as always. It's a show where we cover so much breaking news, and we anticipate a lot more to come. The President of the United States today in the Oval Office just moments ago saying that Tulsi Gabbard is set to release thousands of pages of new documents, getting to the bottom of not just Russiagate, but the broader conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people. One of the few reporters who has really dug into this question and produced a lot of interesting information now joins us on the program. That's Paul Sperry from Real Clear Investigations, who I've been reading for years. Paul, it's great to have you on the show today, sir.
Glad to be with you, Vince.
Okay, it was your coverage of not this past weekend, but the prior weekend. On Sunday, there was a big meeting at the Trump White House ahead of the release of all of this information. What happened at that meeting, Paul?
Well, the meeting was actually at ODNI in Tyson's, but they did brief the president, or at least his chief of staff. They briefed the White House about what they were doing. But this is something that I was told by Tulsi Gabbard's office that has been in the works a long time, and she actually has a team that she's assembled that's using AI programs to go through unclassified, classified networks of all the 18 intelligence agencies that she oversees. She has authority. People don't understand this. She has authority over all of the intelligence agencies and can go through there and declassify unilaterally all of their emails, chat room discussions, all sorts of messaging, and their documents. So this is a huge project. And she's got to set up an entire team to do this, and they're actually using artificial intelligence to help aggregate and collect all this stuff.
Well, so that's a fascinating component of this. AI at its current form hasn't existed for very long. So that gives us some perspective on why this is different than when John Ratcliffe was the head of national intelligence, right?
Yeah, that could be why we're seeing some results here. Finally, all this stuff has been bottled up, by for the past 8 years.
Yes.
Not just by the media, but of course, administrations. And the dam is starting to break. Tables are finally starting to turn on the bad guys who conspired to do this, to kneecap Trump and frame him and try to cripple his presidency and his agenda.
Yes. So the left is claiming that what Tulsi Gabbard has released is old news. There's nothing to see here. It doesn't implicate Obama or John Brennan in anything at all. How do you view it?
Well, not at all. They're ignoring the key piece that's two things. Actually, three things. One, we found out that they put the dossier in the main body of the intelligence community assessment that Obama ordered after Trump's surprise victory over Hillary. They were all shocked and needed to do something to derail him. And so they came up with this intelligence, cooked it up, and laundered Hillary's political dirt in the form of this dossier and incorporated it into the actual analysis in the main body of the text of the classified version of the ICA. And, they didn't even disclose that they had included an annex, a summary of the dossier. That came out in 2020.
Right.
But now we knew that, but now we know that no, there was actually a bullet point supporting the most controversial conclusion that they had in the ICA, which was that Putin had aspired to, intervened in the election directly, personally, to help Trump beat Hillary. Okay,
right.
So that was the most radioactive conclusion they had, and it obviously wasn't supported enough with what they had in terms of other intelligence. So they added the dossier to back it up in one of the 4 bullet points that they had in the text. And they're all ignoring this. When they go on TV now, I noticed that Michael Isikoff was on last night, and he was debating Matt Taibbi. And he says, no, all they did was they put this in an annex, the dossier. BS. either he didn't read the documents that are being declassified, or he's just being intellectually dishonest. He knows that now we know that it was actually as a supporting bullet point in the main text, and that's just hugely scandalous new information. The other thing we found out is that they changed the level of confidence they had, reversed it from low confidence in that conclusion to high confidence before and after the election, after Trump won, which is very convenient. And then the other thing is they've got whistleblowers now that worked on this project who are coming out of the woodwork, as DNI Gabbard said. And they had one that's showing up in the document dump that she put out, 114 pages, who was saying that he was pressured by his superiors to stay quiet because he had worked on the pre-election intelligence that said, no, we don't have any confidence that Putin did this. And he was pressured to change that conclusion. And then when he protested, he dissented, then they took him off the thing. And they kept telling him, listen, we have intelligence, but they wouldn't let him see it. And they said, just trust us.
So here's another piece about confidence. You mentioned low and high confidence. How confident was the intelligence community that the Russians had actually hacked Hillary Clinton's email?
They weren't confident, as it turns out, from these declassified documents at a high level at all. It started out they had a low confidence that that Putin ordered any hacking and leaking operation, and then that suddenly changed to they had high confidence, strong confidence in that after the election. And what they said in the declassified documents that they didn't have the technical evidence to link Putin to the hack and leak, the alleged hack and leak. And so that is now coming out, and that's something else that everybody is ignoring. That's in there because, of course, no one really reads this stuff. They don't get any of the time or the inclination, or they're just corrupt, and they won't go into the document and really find this stuff. But that's something that the DNI should have highlighted. I mean, that's pretty explosive.
Very.
Because now the whole thing is being questioned. I mean, this ICA that Obama ordered, intelligence community assessment on Russia, is looking more and more like a fraudulent document that they juiced and possibly falsified. Frame Trump as that he's too compromised to government as president, and lay the foundation for endless investigations, which they did to cripple his agenda.
So, Paul, there's been what Tulsi Gabbard released indicated that there was supposed to be a presidential daily brief to be delivered to Obama in early December that would make the claim that no, Russia didn't have any meaningful impact on the election. In other words, President Trump won it fair and square. It had nothing to do with the Russians. That presidential daily brief was blocked before it could get started, and a meeting was assembled at the White House where so much of this plot that you and I are talking about was schemed. I saw Mike Flynn say in the media just in the last few days that he believes that the reason the presidential daily brief was stopped was because as the incoming national security advisor, he would have been able to see it. That the presidential daily brief was stopped from happening in order to prevent the Trump team from seeing that evidence. Do you have any reporting or inclination to believe that that's what happened here?
So that was that PDB was December 8th, as I recall, and then Obama convened the meeting in the Situation Room on December 9th to start manufacturing this ICA, and they blocked it. So they removed it from circulation on the 8th, and then they held the meeting on the 9th. Now, that would have been during the transition.
Yes.
And yes, I think you have to share stuff like that with the transition team, the national security team, for sure.
Yes.
But they were running an op against Flynn. They were trying to sabotage him as national security advisor. That's the first person they really needed to go after, because he has supervision over an entire intelligence apparatus, law enforcement, counterintelligence. He could have gone in there and seen, what they were doing against Trump, and he was pretty aggressive. So, they actually had a meeting. I think it was on January 5th. And Obama was in that, Susan Rice, and she actually wrote a memo to file to kind of cut CYA,
right?
What they did, and Biden was in there. They were talking about the Logan Act, going after Flynn with the Logan Act because he was talking to the ambassador of Russia. And then they leaked, somebody in the White House leaked that transcript to David Ignatius at the Washington Post. We still don't know who actually leaked it. There's some prime suspects in the White House, but that's what they were doing.
Okay.
They were going after Flynn.
Yes, they were. Let me finish on one point with you here, Paul Sperry, while we have you. Accountability. You've been telling us about the meetings that the Trump White House has been holding across the intelligence community to deal with all of this. How integrated is the Justice Department in all of these conversations?
Well, Justice Department officials, now this was at the senior staff level, like the principals, cabinet principals weren't at that meeting on that Sunday. It was a pretty urgent meeting. But Bondi wasn't, AG Bondi was. Tulsi Gabbard wasn't actually there, as I understand from her deputy. But they had their senior staff organize this rollout, this first rollout. This is the first wave. They've got a lot more coming, as I understand. And DOJ was there, DOJ officials, people connected to the weaponization working group were there. So this is important because, especially with these whistleblowers, these whistleblowers do depositions, and if they do affidavits rather, and then they do depositions with prosecutors and FBI investigators, then turns into depositions. These are things that they can present before a grand jury if they're going to prosecute a broader conspiracy case.
Yeah. Okay. Paul Sperry, thank you for all of your dogged reporting through the years. Appreciate you coming on today, and I hope I get a chance to talk to you again soon, sir.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Really nice to chat with you. There he is, Paul Sperry of Real Clear Investigations, with, honestly, I think one of the best overviews we've heard yet of everything that's transpiring here. More ahead on The Vince Show.
The Vince Show.
Hey, do you think about aging? Do you think about it at all? The effect it has on you and your body? I've noticed as I get older, my energy goes down. And I kind of feel all the aches and the pains, as you get a little bit older, they really start to become more and more apparent. And what you want to do, and what I've been trying to do, is figure out ways to get my energy back. And I'm excited to share with you C15 from Fatty 15. It's great. It's the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy. And based on studies, we do know that when our cells don't have enough C15, they can actually age faster. Fatty 15 can help repair and protect age-related damage to cells and help activate pathways in the body that repair mechanisms that support your overall wellness. Fatty 15 is science-backed. Look it up, seriously. It's award-winning, it's vegan, it's 100% pure C15 supplement, and refills are shipped right to your door. Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help support your long-term health and wellness, especially as you age. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/Vince. Use the code Vince at checkout. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Fatty15.com/Vince. Thank you to Fatty 15. I take it every day. Love it. This the Monday after a massive bout of declassification. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, releasing hundreds of pages of documents demonstrating treasonous conspiracy, in her words, treasonous conspiracy by the Obama administration back in 2016 to salt the earth ahead of the arrival of President Trump, to allege that it was the Russians who hand-delivered the election to him and that President Trump was a willing participant in that scheme. For more on what all of this tells us, I want to bring in Mike Benz now. He's the executive director of the Foundation for Freedom Online. Mike, good to have you with us, sir.
Hey, great to talk to you.
Okay, so Tulsi Gabbard, I don't usually hear a director of national intelligence refer to a treasonous conspiracy in the United States, but for her to say that seems like a big deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly what I think everyone is feeling. And when you look at, what was revealed in these documents, the CIA and FBI assessed that there was effectively no Russian interference of any material degree. And then it looked like there was a secret meeting with President Obama, and everyone was retasked to find a way to include Russian interference, and that's what gave rise to the 3-year special prosecutor probe that ended up, bankrupting or devastating a significant proportion of the White House and hamstringing the entire foreign policy apparatus of the Trump administration. I think that while treason is a big word, I would like to see it articulated as a way consistent with the crimes that with whatever charges are going to be brought by the Justice Department.
Yeah, no, that seems clear. If you've committed a crime, you should be prosecuted for it. The fact that it's over 10 years old is why everybody's talking about a conspiracy, because that opens up the statute of limitations to look at the whole sweep of events that have happened over the last decade, Mike.
That's exactly right. There's so many times where we have a conspiracy to cook intelligence in American history, whether that's the cooked intelligence that took us to war in Iraq and Afghanistan, or the cooked intelligence about Russian bounties on people's heads in Syria and beyond. But this was one of these cooked intelligence conspiracies that truly devastated the ability to administer U.S. foreign policy around Russia and Eurasia affairs, that truly hamstrung the entirety of the Trump administration, and that cast a huge amount of doubt in the legitimacy of our election system. The same people who would later come back and effectively criminalize questioning the legitimacy of U.S. election infrastructure, like mail-in ballots and electronic voting machines, they were the original election deniers by effectively arguing that the Trump election wasn't legitimate. And at some point, this will continue as long as intelligence officials believe that there's no penalty for doing it. And this has to be the last straw. John Brennan and Jake Sullivan and Comey and this whole network that were involved in cooking this intelligence, if there is not a criminal penalty for that, then there's going to be no reform. There needs to be an image that's seared into the intelligence world's minds that you can only push things so far, because we give them power, and power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you think that you are untouchable, James Clapper openly lied to Congress about domestic bulk intelligence, and when a couple of years later, within the statute of limitations, the Snowden leak showed that Clapper had lied to the American people's faces, and he got away with perjury.
Yes,
that was one of those incredible moments where everyone thought, okay, well, if they can get away with that, they can get away with anything. And then they got away with Russiagate. Yes. And if they're allowed to get away with it, then we need an image that burns in people's minds that we can only push it so far, or else we're going to end up like person X, whoever that is, whether that's John Brennan or Barack Obama or whoever. There has to be justice.
So what you're describing is the reason why so many people are pessimistic about the chances of any justice being had here, because we've been through it a million times and we've known so much, and no one's held accountable. I wanted to find out from you, Mike, if you think that the cast that's working for President Trump now makes a difference, because Tulsi Gabbard is not holding any punches here. You do have Kash Patel and Dan Bongino at the top of the FBI. They've both written books on this subject. They're intimately familiar with the scandal that's involved here. Do you think it makes a difference that the president has a different and I think better team with him this time?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Director Gabbard herself at ODNI said, when she was going through these, she was shocked that Durham missed it.
That's what it is. She was running cover for her.
You think somebody's going to bang that?
Don't say that word. They'll get fat. I don't know. People have fetishes for all kinds of weird stuff.
Really? Shemp Howard?
Yeah, her real name is probably not a Mother Teresa.
now put on this jacket and go.
Put them up.
She's walking around in a circle on the floor. Ooh. First claim, she showed up here at I believe it's a town hall, this police chief. And you think, okay, police officers, it's their job to ensure the protection of your rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment, that's why they exist. Unfortunately, she expressed some views here where, well, whenever you hear it start with, I'm pro-Second Amendment, but only we should have guns is usually where it goes. Watch her.
I support the people's right to bear arms.
Good.
However,
What a concession.
when you have parameters around that, part of that, the advantage of having those parameters is ensuring the officer's safety when they're dealing with somebody with a firearm, when they are carrying it legally. When we had the permit carry, part of that requirement was an individual had to go through training to be able to get a permit. There was requirements where if they encountered an officer, say at a traffic stop, they had to tell an officer that they were a permitted firearm possession. And those things have now been taken away. So now we have people who are even sometimes legally carrying firearms with no training. And now they do not have to tell an officer that they are carrying a firearm. So now the officer's mindset shifts from being on the offense quite often before they know what they're dealing with.
Sounds to me like that's a problem with your officer training. So here's the truth. They went to basically permitless carry, where you have the right to carry a firearm because it's your God-given right in the United States in the state of Ohio. She is complaining about that. I thought, hey, maybe there are a lot of specific examples, police officers who are running into problems or skyrocketing gun crime. No, as a matter of fact, since since permitless carry was enacted there in, I believe, 2022, 6 of 8 major cities in Ohio have seen a decrease in gun crime. The only outliers, Dayton and Cincinnati. Oh, sounds like a you problem. So since more people began carrying firearms without the training, which we'll get to, without the need for a permit, gun crime has gone down, except for your municipality, and your solution is to undo what's led to less gun crime. I know correlation doesn't equal causation, but she's making that assertion there. Also, check all of the references. 6 out of 8 major cities, Ohio, decrease in gun crime, just not your city in Dayton.
Cleveland got it right and they didn't? Where Bone Thugs and Harmony came from? Are you serious?
Think about that. So you really have to be on, this is why we don't unilaterally just back the blue. There are good cops, there are bad cops. And unfortunately, sometimes chiefs end up effectively being de facto appointed by the mayor, which we'll get to. And they seem to be in alignment. You have many mayors of major cities in this country who want to disarm you. This goes to the next claim. She talks about them not having training. And this is just...
Of course they don't care about anything.
And you get it from the films, right? You
watch
whatever
TV
Born Identity, or you watch any mission. Oh, those people there who work in government in our agencies, in our local PD, they really know their way around guns. It couldn't be further from the truth, but she makes that claim. These people don't have training, and so that's why they shouldn't have guns, unlike our cops.
We train our officers consistently to handle their firearm.
Not even close.
In the most prudent manner, and to ensure that if they have to use that they hit their targets. What we're seeing now, because nobody has to go through training, even in a self-defense type of a situation, they do not have training on using that firearm. I do not have confidence that leads any citizen to hit their target if they are put in a position where they feel like they have to defend their life and discharge their weapon.
Good news is that your opinions don't matter, but Officer Blobfish doesn't think that your rights matter. So, yeah, it is strikingly similar. I honestly don't know which one's which. And here's the thing, they go, unlike our officers, do you guys know how often police officers train with their firearms? Here's the truth. The most, I should say, the best study conducted methodologically. Do I have that right? Methodologically?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have it right at all. Again, the concussion. The best study that we have conducted as far as the sample size methodology. There you go.
There we go.
Concussion, medieval times, blame him. So the truth is that officers train on average, this is across the country, this is just an average, 1 to 2 times a year with their firearms. Wow. Less than 15 hours annually. And by the way, the studies that they've conducted show that police academy graduates are actually effectively no better than novices. And here's another truth. Let's look specifically at Ohio. These people don't have the training of our officers, and I don't have confidence in them. Okay, do you know what the requirements are in Ohio? 25 rounds to be fired at varying distances from 40 to 50 feet. 25 rounds. In many police departments, they only have to qualify once a year, maybe twice a year. Do you realize, I'm pretty sure that most people here in this have fired more than that, probably about 10 times that in their last range session. I don't think you guys realize how woefully inept police training is with firearms. 25 rounds, in some cases 50 per year?
That's a box.
That's a box of ammo. And she uses that. And you'll see people on the left, they're not trained like police officers. Okay, all right. I train with 100 rounds, so twice that of the average officer. No, you don't need any excuse. You don't need any justification, any rationalization to exercise your Second Amendment right. And then when you look at the context, which she actually omits, it gets worse. You, if you carry a firearm, are very likely more trained than most police officers. 50 rounds a year?
Insane.
Think about that. No, I don't think you should. I don't trust you to be trained. Only cops should have guns.
Yeah, I saw that part in the Second Amendment where it said after qualified through training, what to have a gun? No, come on, you can have a gun. I get it. You want people to be trained. That's fine. But how about you guys not like maybe overinflate what you do? I think it was 13% more accurate.
Right.
Novices versus people who had gone through the police academy.
Yeah.
13%.
Yeah.
It's not really helping me feel safer.
No, they can't just say we want to take your guns. So they go, well, you don't need this kind of a gun. They go, well, you're not trained. Okay, so then you would have to say that no police officer should have guns because they're not trained.
Yeah.
Like any of this matters when a guy pulls a gun on a cop.
Right.
Whether he has a permit or not.
Right. I know.
None of that shit matters.
I know.
It all goes out the window. What is she talking about?
I know.
Nah, they're just mad they can't have an excuse to search a vehicle.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, too.
She's like, they're supposed to tell us if they have a permit or not. Oh, is that what criminals do?
Yeah.
Those are the ones we're talking about.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then another take.
Yeah.
Do we know her sexuality? I know you're going to think it's irrelevant, but
No, I think it's very relevant.
Why, are you interested? Or?
Yeah, I'd like to hit her up tonight for 7 shakes at
He has
Arby's.
an aquatic fetish. Yeah.
No, because I have this theory, and I've been saying it since about 1988. They put these gay women, whether they're judges or they're police commissioners. Can I ask you a question? Who in our society has more conflict with their worldview than gay women?
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yes, I do.
They don't see the world the way we see it.
No.
And they never will. And she's going to lean with whoever she thinks the marginalized group is.
Yeah.
They can't be objective.
No.
That goes for another segment of the population.
Well, that actually, it ties into, her comments make a lot of sense when you look at the mayor, who effectively, is in charge of, I think, establishing the city council, which establishes a city manager who chooses a police chief. Basically, you have to do the bidding of said mayor. And this mayor of Cincinnati is Aftab Pureval.
Can you talk about the increasingly difficult task of policing, given the state legislature's decisions to doing away with concealed carry licenses, so now anyone can openly carry? What I see as a civilian observing is if everyone has a gun, including our children,
What?
it makes policing very, very challenging because identifying the threat is increasingly hard.
So a couple of things there. This mayor deliberately conflates a permit to conceal carry versus now everyone can openly carry. Those are two different sets of laws, just to be clear, open carry versus concealed carry. And many states treat them differently. You have some states where you have concealed carry with or without a permit where you can't open carry. You have some states where you can open carry, but you can't conceal carry. You have some states where you can do both or you can't do both. So he conflates the two and then, of course, goes, and children have guns. I have to process the bullshittery that's going on right now. No one is saying that children should be driving their Power Wheels with Uzis, okay? So he throws that out there, and then she goes, yeah, that's right, and you need training. This is part of a worldview. And I'm going to tell you, you can never divorce these kinds of talking points from the corrosive worldview of leftism, progressivism, globalism. Because globalism, leftism, seeks to destroy everything that you want to conserve, namely your fundamental God-given rights. So here's a coincidence. Maybe this same mayor Well, maybe there's a reason that he's pushing this in Cincinnati, because what he would like to see for the world, we have this footage, remember, undercover at South by Southwest? It's the same mayor.
It is not just 3 words, diversity, equity, inclusion. It's not just policies. It is the very ethos of the city of Cincinnati.
Okay. So imagine if that guy had power completely unfettered and could effectively install those in charge of enforcing it. You know, police chief, let's say he was president, could do so with the military. Well, hold on a second. If I want to establish a global order, a national order of DEI, of leftist policies, well, what do I have to do away with first? Well, like every fascist, like every dictator, take away your firearms. How do I do that? I don't just tell you. I say, you need training. I say, well, hold on a second. You shouldn't be able to open carry, concealed carry. I say, think of the children. This is all the same old tired playbook. So just don't give them an inch. I mean, people used to be like, well, I think maybe you need training. No. Either the Second Amendment exists to protect your right to own a firearm. You legally purchase a firearm. You should be able to carry it, period. That's it. Give them zero wiggle room. Comment below if that's where you line up. I'd love to see constitutional carry, but if not, I'd love to see more states say you can legally buy a firearm. That means you go through the criminal background check. Do with it what you will. Be responsible. That's it.
I'm not a huge fan of the slippery slope argument as a whole, but it does present one. Like if you have to have, one certification, then you have to have another certification. What happens if they go, oh, well, not only have to train with it, but you also have to be proficient. You have to score this many. You have to do a marksmanship test.
Yeah.
Like you have to have your grouping in a certain circle. It's like, whoa, now.
Yeah. Also, when you take into account that so many defensive shootings, they occur at 3 yards or less, it's 3 shots or less, 3 seconds or less. Let's say it's 5 yards.
Like you need to be proficient with your pistol at 200 yards. What?
Why?
What for?
Right.
I just want to kill someone on the stairs.
I just want to stop someone from gang beating me in your city.
When I got to Savannah the third day, I went to buy a handgun.
Yeah.
And so I buy the gun, and while I'm talking to the guy, he says, yeah, but he goes, the chances of 95% of these encounters are like 3 feet or 6 feet or less.
Yeah.
And then about 2 minutes later, he goes, so do you want to sign up to the gun course? I go, no, I can hit something from 3. I did. I wasn't even trying to be funny.
No,
and he laughed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, I honestly, and it's going to sound another one of my theories, but gun training, it's just a little overrated. Don't point the gun at something you're not going to kill. Keep it down here when you're loading it. It's like 4 rules.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but there are dummies out there.
There are dummies.
There are real dummies.
Yeah, those are called criminals.
Yes. And in
a certain persuasion.
And in some cases, police officers. Let's be honest, not all, but some. We'll get to the SIG story in a little bit. Yeah, it's a good idea for you to train and to become to be as accustomed with your weapon as possible. But this idea that you have to be training all the time and doing tactical shooting. Silly. I want as many of you carrying a firearm as possible who know how to use it. And you know what I mean, to a serviceable degree. If you fire more than 1 box of ammo per year, you're doing better than your local PD in most states. Hey, I forgot. It's time for, remember Super Chats?
Yeah.
We don't take money from you. We do reverse Super Chats. Yep, and this is actually brought to you by the folks at there you go at Pure Talk. They're giving away free 50, count it, 50.
Yeah,
50 free Rumble Premium subscriptions just gifted to the chat. Thanks to Pure Talk. It is a 100% United States customer service-based team. You can actually call and get somebody there on the line. Go to puretalk.com/Crowder. Save 50%. I use them, and I will tell you, my service has been a lot better than when I was with a major carrier and significantly less expensive.
Yeah.
When you get somebody on the line, are they in Calcutta or?
No, you'll get like Tiffany.
US customer service team, 100%.
Down the road.
Tiffany?
Yes. Yeah, you'll get someone, just don't do what I did, which is when I was transferring my phone from my old service.
I know what you did.
I was on my only phone. Like, okay, so we're going to disconnect the... Todd?
Hello?
Todd?
Todd.
Yeah, I'd have someone...
At least it was Todd.
Yeah, I'd have someone come from the office to my house.
Yeah. Well, a number of people actually have put it out on X and other social media. Like, when you get one of these subs, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We'd love to welcome you to the gang, and so will a lot
I might
of other
want to
people,
try
so.
that. It looks like a good product.
Yeah, it is a good product.
It's just cheaper service, and it's better, and you can actually reach somebody.
Helpful.
Is there anything, we want to move on to the golden, because I know we have Brendan Herrera coming on.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. The golden age deadline. Right. This is, and we've talked about this quite a bit. We rated Donald Trump's economic policy on trade. It was above an A. It was an S because no one saw this coming. Well, I should say this. No one saw a president like him coming, honestly, in the year 2014 and 2015. And the conversation of trade deals and tariffs being used to generate revenue and to also modify behavior internationally was just something that hadn't been tried in our lifetime. And now, contrary to what the left has said, where it was going to be a calamity, we were going to see a recession, it's been working out really well as far as all economic indicators. And today specifically marks the final day for countries to strike a deal with the United States. And President Trump is not backing down, in case you thought he was. He posted this on Truth Social. He said, "The August 1st deadline is the August 1st deadline. It stands strong, so strong, and will not be extended. A big day for America." Put 3 exclamations on there. So here's the thing. Even after, when we look at the results, and this is in a very short period of time, an additional $50 billion in collected revenue, CNN is still really, really mad because they predicted the disaster. Now, you'd think they'd be happy because this is good for you, the American. No, they just have to move the goalposts.
I would just like to go, but I'd like to build a DeLorean and go back to April when everybody here was predicting likely to cause a recession. Investment stops and a recession happens. They're not talking about a U.S. recession. They're talking about a global recession.
What was happening in April,
Lead to
Scott?
recession.
Watch her
Eventually
move the
there's now
goalposts.
A reception.
Very cleverly.
If
he's chosen to,
I just want to point out.
Just a second,
you called the recession. You
I'm
called it
calamity.
Calamity.
Scott, you can't skip steps
Calamity.
here.
And there is none.
What were those tariff levels?
They were different. He had a chart.
Not just different. They were 2 to 3 times higher than the current tariff levels. Did those tariffs go into place, Scott?
It's different for every country.
Scott,
different for every
it's
country.
a simple question. Did those tariffs go into place?
He has delayed
Yes or no?
some of the tariffs.
Yes or no?
He has delayed some of the
Did
tariffs.
any of the
He's made
tariff-
deals,
did any of
and
the-
he's implemented
Did
others.
any of the tariff levels that Trump announced on that week, did they ever go into place?
Some tariffs have been implemented, some have been
yeah.
delayed, and some deals
The
have been
answer
made.
is they did not.
Okay, but that's not the
come
point.
on.
The point is at that exact moment first off, tariffs on every country are higher, or this is the first time ever that they've had to face them since President Trump has taken office, to be clear. And the tariffs that we're seeing on United States goods have been reduced to 0 in many cases. And just to be clear, she tries to move those goalposts and she goes, "Are they that number?" We told you, read the art of the deal. We know what this guy does. He's going to come in high and then settle at something which is significantly better than nothing. Now they move the goalposts and go, "Well, it's not the exact tariff that he first announced." He said they could negotiate a deal.
Absolutely. And by the way, didn't we just call this? Yeah, I think we all saw this coming, right?
Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
I calculate the next pitch ball right past the flag.
We're going to win the game, I guarantee.
This is a negotiation that is taking place. If you've read Art of the Deal, you know he wants to come in high. He wants to come in hot, and we'll probably settle somewhere in the middle.
Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
I calculate the next pitch ball.
Yeah, it's been raining all morning.
We're going to win the game, I guarantee.
Oh, it's so great being nimble and independent. Somehow that escaped all of the experts on CNN.
Come on, you recorded that this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We verbatim.
We recorded it before they made their predictions in April. That was March. By the way, I'm not. Let me be clear. I'm not a financial expert, but neither are they. They tell you they are. I'm just someone who read his book. It was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. You come in high, settle it reasonable. You know, like every negotiation.
Yes.
They can't be wrong, and their predictions, they're very hopeful predictions, by the way, are always bad for you, the American people. How does that happen?
They should take some credit for convincing the entire world that was going to be the final tariff number.
Right. So
now we're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we should negotiate if we want to get a better rate.
Yeah.
Yes. Were you about to say something, Nick?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I thought you were. I'm sorry.
I hate business talk.
Well, this is
Wait a minute. Go. Yeah, let's see if we can make this work. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if I got enough on my hotspot to stream and play this. Do I have a generator? No, I should. Everything in this house is electric. Let me see. That's working. Well, I'm probably going to go ahead and end this, guys. I may restart it, but this sucks. I was just getting enough to run a campaign or do an ad read too. Just lost a ton of people. So I'm coming up on 3 hours anyway. Awesome. All right, guys. Go ahead and end this, guys. Chat with you later. I may restart it. This sucks. I was just getting enough to run a campaign or do an ad read too. Just lost a ton of people. So I'm coming up on 3 hours anyway. All right, guys. Peace. Love you. Awesome. Let me do the outro. All right, guys. Go ahead and end this, guys. Chat with you later. Let me restart it. This sucks. I was just getting enough to run a campaign or do an ad read too. Just lost a ton of people. find the outro video. There it is. Peace.